How much does it cost to buy a discipline again?
Yeah, so hi everybody. Welcome back to StorytellerSpira's channel, where Hope is busy asking questions about her character. Um, Thanks for checking the stream out. I know we've been gone for a little bit, but we are going to finally follow up with A War Between Factions, our ongoing Anarch game. And at this point, I will turn it over to Revolver C, our lovely storyteller for the evening. Go ahead and, I guess, get us a little bit set up.
Sure. Thanks, guys, for tuning in as Storyteller Spirit parroted. Basically on this game, you guys are playing as Anarchs, not part of the Camarilla or the Sabbat. You are just part of your own faction. And the story thus far is each of our player characters are part of a respective gang throughout the free states of California. There is a war going on between the Camarilla and the Anarchs. However, it doesn't seem like everything is, as black and white as it seems. The Camarilla have claimed that the Sabbat are ever looming their sights on California to take it as their own, and our player characters need to decide which side they're on, whether or not they're there for their own volitions or if they're looking at the greater good. So we're going to be delving into that. And let's introduce all our characters real quick. It's been a while. So, Spira, if you want to give a little brief description on who your character is, what part of gang she is, and things like that.
Yep, so I am playing Sydney Moreau. She is French, and I am a gang girl, and I'm a part of the Warhounds gang. We really only had a couple kindred, and unfortunately, my best friend died earlier with me making snap decisions. All my fault, still crying over it. But I still have Fang, the leader of the Warhounds, and sort of a fatherly-ish figure in my life. Another sad, unfortunate thing that happened, though, is that amidst all this drama happening in LA, my actual sire showed up, Aiden, who is 10,000 times percent a giant sleazebag and is obsessed with my character. So, but my character, Sydney, thought it might be clever to try and use that against all of the Camarilla moving in, who he was really only helping to get to me. So I recently, last episode, reached out to him trying to make a plan where he would, quote unquote, capture me, and hopefully we could set up an ambush against the other Camarillas. I realize, and my character realizes, this is a very dangerous idea, telling your obsessed sire to come capture you. But we'll see how that works out for me.
Yeah, I can't see anything going wrong.
No, so smart.
Right. All right, Elvish Dame, who are you playing, what part of gang you are, and tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am playing Izzy Richards. She is a Nosferatu, and she's been part of the Rat Pack, which is a gang of Nosferatus. And it's basically been Boris who is in charge, who she doesn't particularly like because he's kind of a ruthless asshole. And then her friend Destiny, who's a very close friend of hers, who tends to do a lot more of the computer side of it, like a typical Nosferatu kind of thing. But she apparently has volunteered to go over to the side of the Camarilla, and I learned that last time. And I really like her, but I also really hate the Camarilla, like a lot. They just... a lot of players don't know this, but Izzy had a blood hunt on her in back in London, which is why she's not there anymore. And ever since then, she's just not ever been friends with the Camarilla. And the prince is basically, or the would-be prince, is basically offered her amnesty and kind of an erasure of that in exchange for turning tail on the Anarchs here. And normally she wouldn't do that, except that Destiny is her best friend, and Destiny has turned tail and gone Camarilla, and so she's not sure what to do at all.
All right. And Zabani, who you playing? What part of gang are you? And tell Tell us a little about yourself.
I am playing Autonomoto. I am a Ravnos, though I don't perhaps look like it. And I am a member of the Streetwalkers. Perhaps even the leader at this point, because I was the one who killed the leader that turned on me so viciously. Unlike Mrs. Richards over there, I have no such qualms or debates. I am in this for me. I don't care who wins, as long as I am on their side. I think that it's going to be the Anarchs, and that's why I'm going to try and throw in with them, but if it starts looking poorly for them, I have no problem with jumping sides.
All right, very Ravnos of you. And last but not least, we saved the best for last. Hopeless, who you playing as? Who are you?
My name is Jasmine Rosenthal. I'm a lawyer from Los Angeles. I don't necessarily have as long a history with the Camarilla or Anarchs as maybe some of our other players. I'm quite new to this, but I wanted to check my lot in with the Anarchs. It seems kind of like a dick move to betray them. They've been all right. Plus, I love a losing fight.
Yeah. All right, so last time we left off, they got to meet and talk with Jeremy McNeil, who was the revolutionist of the Anarchs. He was the one that made the Free States the way they are now. He's the one that started the revolution against the Camarilla, and he's still continuing to lead that revolution against the Camarilla that are invading today. Or this week, really. It's only been a week or two. So yeah, last time the players were starting to organize how they're going to tackle the pseudo-prince Isaac, who is claiming to be the Prince of LA, however, hasn't really maintained his position yet. So they have decided to do a ambush, as Sidoni is in lots with her sire right now, kind of using his emotions to get what she wants, and they're going to set up a trap, feigning a capture with her. Izzy has talked to the prince, and he kind of gave her the details of the greater picture of what's actually going on, where Jeremy McNeil wants to start a revolution and kick the Camarilla out. The Camarilla want to protect California from the Sabbat and make sure that the Sabbat don't control California. Otto has had a very brief encounter with his previous gang leader. Jeremy McNeil saw that it was a gift of some kind to him, and he ruthlessly just killed her, delivered the final blow, which was not perceived well by some. And last but not least, Jazzy's been in a emotional turmoil, wanting to. She's kind of got this heart of gold. She's very new to the kindred relations of the kindred world, so to say, and she just wants the best interest for everyone. However, she's quickly learning that you can't serve everyone's best interest, and she does have to eventually choose sides and decide what she wants for herself. So she's been in this emotional turmoil with Izzy and Otto and Sid. And so we're going to see how that plays out today. And we'll start with Sid and Jazzy. They are currently going to Jasmine's gang leader, Zhao Lang of the Red Dragons. He has been pretty much radio silent ever since Jazzy said that Lilith, the gang of the Streetwalkers, has been axed. She's now dead. So as you two get to the Chinese cuisine restaurant, as Zhao Lang usually frequents, you notice that there is a foreclosed sign on the door. No lights are on, however, you do notice lights on the second floor where his private room is.
I'm just gonna turn to Jazzy, since this is her area and her gang leader and everything, and say, what should we do?
Well, I mean, the lights are on upstairs. I would rather figure out exactly what's going on than to walk away empty-handed.
Of course, doesn't look like the entrance is open. Should we go around the back or?
Yeah, let's try that out.
Alright.
All right. So, seeing as many buildings in LA, they do have these alleyways where trash is usually collected, the dumpsters, fire escapes, etc. You try the front door; it is unlocked. However, you can choose to still go around the back if you do so choose to.
Sorry, you said the front door is unlocked?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it just says there's a close sign, but it's not locked.
yeah, she'll just go through the front.
Yeah, Sid will follow her.
All right. So you're inside the restaurant floor of this Japanese cuisine called Jade's Cuisine. And yeah, you hear some muttering if you were to, pay it close enough attention. There seems to be a lot of action going on upstairs.
Can I perception alertness to see if I can figure out exactly what they're saying?
Sure.
I will roll the same, even though I don't have a ton. Nope.
All right, Jasmine. Wow, nice. I will say that the muttering that you do hear is in Chinese. I don't think you can speak Chinese.
You can't.
So, unfortunately, you can't understand what they're saying. However, you do hear the sounds of like grated metal, like guns being assembled, as well as being placed on tables.
All right. Based on the tone of the voices, can she get anything?
It's not hostile at all. It just seems to be discussions.
Hello?
You hear the motion stop, and you see someone in a suit come down. You recognize this as just one of your fellow, gruntsmen, run-of-the-mill grunt. And he yells out upstairs in Chinese, and he says, he kind of motions you to come forward, as he does recognize you.
She'll motion Sidney to follow and just head in that direction, super cash.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow, but I will definitely be, behind her. Like, yeah, I'm just tagging along.
Right, yeah, pay the respect. So, as you do go up there, you notice actually quite a few, probably a dozen gruntsmen, as well as Zhao Ling, kind of barking orders. Scarlet, his bodyguard, standing close by him, as she always does. And you can see in the room immediately that they're preparing for something. And as Zhao Ling sees you enter the room, he says, "Oh, Jazzy, I was going to contact you, but you see we're a bit preoccupied at the moment."
Yeah, what's all the, looks like you're getting ready to celebrate something.
Well, ever since you did text me about the unfortunate circumstances of Lilith, we plan on taking her territory.
Oh, well, yeah, I could see how that seems like a logical follow-up. No plan on the prince, or...
He gives a very hearty chuckle when you mention the prince, and he says, let that squabbling fool Jeremy McNeil and the pseudo-prince fight out. While they're bickering over the throne, I'll be taking the streets.
Okay. Is there anything you needed from me, or...
Well, Jazzy, we are going to plan action soon. It's whether or not you want to be a part of that.
Action in the streets and just ignore everything McNeil is doing?
Yes, he really has no influence. It seems that many of our colleagues have been dropping off one by one, so...
I don't say anything. I'm just standing with my arms folded, like taking all of this in.
And Scarlet will definitely notice you're being a wallflower and all. She'll place her hand on like a hilt of some kind, which seems to be a sheathed weapon. And Zhao Lang will also give a sharp glance towards Sid, and he'll shake his head and say, "Well, seems you've been mingling with the runts."
Yeah, Zhao Lang, this is my friend Sid. I didn't know if you were going to be in trouble, so I thought bringing friends would be helpful.
Bonsoir.
Yes, I am aware of her and Fang. So, young warhound, do you join with the dragons, or are you going to stick with your pact and try to defend whatever's left of Lilith's congregation?
Still like with my arms folded, I'm gonna give a pretty hearty shrug and say, well, we were essentially by contract working with the streetwalkers, and now the leader is gone. I don't know where any of her others are, so I don't exactly have anyone to necessarily side with. And then I'm gonna kind of look around the area and say, I'll have to speak with my leader, but I don't see why we couldn't negotiate.
Well, it doesn't really matter much to me. Just let Fang know that if you and the other dogs decide to interrupt our plans, well, you'll be in the crossfire.
I'm gonna shake my head. I don't think that's the problem here. We are a little more occupied with this interloper.
Jasmine's just going to pinch the bridge of her nose. This seems like a good time for that.
Yeah, he doesn't really pay much attention to your frustrations. He will say, though, well, if that is all, Jasmine, feel free to stick around for the plan if you want to squabble over this illusion of power, then I'll let you do so.
Well, yeah, I'd love to know what the plan is.
Well, we'll go over to the Widow's Web. We'll simply gun everyone in our opposition, and we'll be setting a base there, and eventually cleaning the rats from the street, so to say.
Yeah, that certainly seems thorough, Mr. Lang. I'm not an excellent gunsmith, but I'll punch a thing.
Well, whatever suits you, Jasmine.
She's just gonna, turn to leave. Yep.
Like, as soon as I see her starting to turn, I'm gonna start walking basically, backwards. Still with my arms folded, watching everybody. Bye.
Yeah, and he'll give a cautionary warning to you just before you leave and says, Jasmine, if you do decide to betray us and tell any of those streetwalkers of what we're planning to do, well, you can see yourself not a part of our family.
Loud and clear, Mr. Lang. I would never dream of it.
Good. I do like your company, and I think you still have many opportunities here with us.
Yeah, nope, she'll just leave.
I'm sorry, I just love the Brooklyn accent saying Mr. Lang.
Mr. Lang. All right. So yeah, as you two leave, you do hear the clamoring of guns and preparation, and again, them speaking in Chinese. So it's very hard to understand unless you speak the language. And
Chinese is basically French. I got it.
Right? Yeah. Are you guys gonna be going outside towards your car, or?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Once we get outside, I'm gonna turn to Jazzy, just eyebrows up, kind of So what are you thinking? Are you going to stay here with your family?
You know,
I'm also, while she's contemplating her answer, gonna take my phone
no,
out.
that's her answer.
Okay. So as she kind of trails off without an answer entirely, I'm gonna take my cell phone out, and I'm even gonna kind of tell her I'm texting Fang, because he's still back at the Widow's Web, that there are some dragons that might be coming, armed. And then I'm gonna text Izzy and basically say sort of similar that dragons might be looking to clean up some rats in the city. Maybe. That'll be the end of the text. Maybe.
She just sends her a heart emoji.
Right. Yeah, let's jump over to Otto and back at the Widow's Web for a second. So, Otto, you are looking to contact your two companions, Jin and Cell. Fang is currently at the bar still, just drinking away. I can't remember if there's anyone else there. I think it's just you two, right?
Yeah, I think so.
It was all of us except Izzy, and then Jazzy and I left.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
yeah.
I stepped aside to call Jing up. Or Jin.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, as you do pull out your phone and as you're dialing the numbers, you do receive a call from a Mr. McNeil.
Why couldn't he have waited a minute? Hello.
Hi, Otto. You ready
Yes.
to rough and tumble some Camarilla dogs?
I was in the process of calling a few more, a few extra hands.
Oh, well, you got the party there already, eh? You reimbursed some arms and revigorated some spirits, I imagine, at the Widow's Web. You said there were some people there wanting to join the cause, yeah?
I have no clue what he just said to me. Yes, of course. But I have a few more calls I need to make. I know someone who's very good with the sword.
Oh, great, yes. I'll head over there right now, meet the men and the young women that want to retake the city, so to say.
Yes, of course.
How many am I expecting over there, eh?
I need to do math. Perhaps 7 to my knowledge, but I'm not 100% convinced on this number yet. I do need to still call a few people.
7, including the young troop you walk around with, eh?
I'm not sure. Actually, I don't have any reason to believe that you're not gonna be here, so yes.
So, about those people you were talking to at the Widow's Web, eh? We had to leave so suddenly. We can expect to see them there, eh?
That is what I'm hoping. You know,
Great.
can be flaky.
Oh, great. I'll be there in jiffy then.
Stop dying, Hope.
We're good.
And he'll hang up the phone, and yeah, you could resume your call to Jin and Cell.
I will probably hang up and say "fucking McNeil" loud enough that perhaps Fang can hear me before I start dialing Jen back up.
All right. Yeah. So you get a couple of dial tones, and eventually a woman does answer, and she says, "Yes,
Is it
Otto."
Cell?
Yeah.
Okay. Ah, Cell.
Oh, Otto. Hey. What's up?
Was just calling Jin to see if he would be interested. It seems there's an assault going to be made on the Camarilla to finally push them back out of our city.
Oh, yeah. Well, Jin will be happy to hear that. Is Lilith there?
She is not.
Oh, have you heard from her at all, or?
I have not seen her recently, no.
Okay. Yeah, Jin's just getting, something to eat, and I'll tell him to head over there.
Yes, of course.
All right. Be careful, Otto.
You as well.
And yeah, he'll click. And Fang will kind of peer over his shoulder and look at you as you're talking on the phone. And he'll just resume to his drink, kind of in silent compilation. Or, yeah.
Contemplation?
That's the word.
Alright.
Maybe compilation. He's compiling his thoughts.
I mean, that's fair.
One of the words.
I've heard it both ways.
English is just my first language. It's fine. All right. So, yeah, with that phone call over, you do hear the sound of like a vibration on top of wood, and Fang will reach over to his cell phone, and he takes a minute to read a text message that was sent to him, and you just hear under his breath, "Oh shit."
Is everything all right?
Listen, Otto, we gotta move.
What's the matter?
Seems the Zhao Ling and the Red Dragons there heading over this way to clean house, if you know what I mean.
He would.
Seems the news of Lilith has spread even over to that side of town.
Well, this is a mess.
You got anything important here? Something that they can't use as leverage against us?
I can get rid of what I do have.
That'd probably be the best idea. I'll contact Sid, see what's going on, and how about you wipe those hard drives upstairs, and
That's what I was saying.
I'll take a gander in Lilith's office to see if there's anything up there.
Right, so I am going to go set up the thermite charges in the computer.
All right, yeah. So with post haste, I would imagine.
Yeah. You know what? I'm just gonna let them go. I'm not gonna put any safety precautions to keep the place from going down with it.
All right, yeah, sounds good. So jumping over to Izzy, you are currently in the office with your friend Destiny at the Camarilla kind of headquarters as they've been using it. And they just discussed with you the intentions of the Camarilla as well as why they're there, of the Sabbat, or the Sabbat, and why Destiny is there, why she's helping them out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I just got a text from Sid saying that that the dragons are basically coming to clean house, everybody. Fun.
Is something the matter, is he?
Is it Boris or Destiny?
That's Destiny.
Okay.
Kind of sounds the same.
I know they don't
can't-
sound different, but like I wasn't sure.
Destiny's higher pitched, I could tell.
Yeah. I was pretty sure it was Destiny.
I know my Nosferatu voices.
Before I acted like an asshole to her or was like too nice to Boris. So, yes. The dragons are about to go clean house. I think they just said clean the rats off the street.
Yeah, I figured they might do that. Well, listen, it's not our fight. Our fight's with McNeil, okay? If we can take him out, we can, make a deal with Zhao Lang maybe and see what we can do from there.
Yeah. Look, I know I have to make a decision. I'm not exactly sure what the decision will be yet. However, I'll at least give us this for free, I guess. That if we just kind of let them go fight, then we won't have. There'll be less opposition, I guess. But it will also be a unified opposition at that point. So it's both.
Well, I mean, what's a couple more anarchs off the street? I mean, I don't want to see them dead, but they don't see the reason, Kindred are stubborn.
Have you tried telling them?
Yeah, we tried, but it wasn't received well, They hear the word Camarilla and everyone's up in arms about their freedoms being at jeopardy.
Yeah, well, the freedoms are in jeopardy. You can't deny them fatness.
Izzy, I
realize that there's a bigger picture here. Look, I get it. But you can't tell them that it's not jeopardy either.
There's gotta be some order in the way we run things, We can't run rampant. We're just gonna kill people left and right, and where's the liberty? Where's the justice in that?
You realize that some of these people had their closest friends killed, right? By the people that this princess brought in to kind of clean house.
Izzy, he offered them plenty of chances to side, He offered reason, but was met with opposition.
Sure. Okay. Alright, fuck. What are we doing? If they're busy out there, then...
Well, I still gotta, track down McNeil. He's been making a few calls, and it's not long enough for me to trace where he is,
Yeah, okay. What do you want me to do then?
Just go back to your friends like nothing ever happened, okay? And just, keep me in touch.
Well, they haven't called for me, so I'm gonna find a dark hole to hide in until they do.
And,
I don't want to be some of the rats cleaned off the street, I'd rather not be in that dustpan.
Yeah. And she'll just kind of stay quiet. She's obviously as conflicted as you are as to what to do and what the prince has entailed and whatnot. It's not often that she would give out orders that aren't directly from the prince's mouth himself,
Yeah, no. And Izzy's not disobeying. Like, they haven't told her to do anything yet. They just said when where Jeremy McNeil is, tell them, and she doesn't yet, so.
Okay, yep, that's fine. So, jumping back to Sid and Jazzy. Sid, your phone does ring.
My phone?
Yeah, it's Fang.
Alright, so I answer my phone. Fang, you got my text message?
Yeah, we're expecting a party.
So that's what it sounded like. And since I'm still standing next to Jazzy, who is with the gang, I'm kind of just revealing the plans of. I'm gonna just stare at her while I'm talking.
She is going to mouth, "I am so sorry."
So, have any of them left yet? How many are we gonna expect here?
Still looking at Jazzy. No, they're still inside gathering the plans. Lots of guns. So I would at least vacate the premises.
Right. Well, we still gotta stick to the plan with Aiden.
Of course.
We can't have anything go awry there.
No, but he hadn't told me where he wanted to meet yet, so I doubt it will be an anarch club.
Right. Well, You and Aiden set up a meeting place, right?
No, Aiden said he was going to call me back.
Okay, yeah. Right. Well, keep Otto and I in touch. I'm sure Aiden is anxious to get you in his sights, in his grasp, So be careful, be on your toes, and,
Of course, I'll text and call anytime as soon as I get any more updates.
All right. Well, Otto and I are gonna go back to Lilith's apartment. We're currently wiping out anything that might lead back to us, so that there's nothing for those dragons to take hold of.
Perfect. All right, stay safe, Fang.
You too, Sid. And right before you do hang up, you notice that there are 4 men in suits with automatic weaponry. They seem to jump into like a black Cadillac and peel off towards somewhere in the direction of the Widow's Web, most likely.
Okay. Again, as soon as I get off my cell phone, I'm gonna look to Jazzy and this kind of incredulous look, like I'm not going to try and wrap you into anything you don't want to do, but I will at least have to get moving.
I am 100% sure that Fang knowing, and I assume Otto knowing as a result, is gonna get me dead. So I would like to not be here as soon as possible.
Yes, of course. No. And I'm just gonna stutter a moment. I'm perfectly happy to travel together. I only told them that to get out of the building. I don't.
Yeah,
think...
no, that's I don't blame you. But if they shoot up an empty building, they're gonna have some suspicions. Yeah.
Possibly. They do know Lilith is out of the picture, so all of her little ducklings have probably gone wandering off. She did sort of run things not exactly with the
Hopefully.
nicest attitude.
But I doubt Mr. Lang is the kind of person that takes chances.
And of course.
Yeah. Izzy, also your phone rings now. Jumping back.
Yeah.
Izzy, this is Fang.
Yeah, hello. What you need
Hey.
to...
Hey, I don't know where your whereabouts are. I know you left prematurely. But don't come to the Widow's Web. It's gonna be a party here.
I'll be staying away then.
Right. Well, maybe you and Destiny can set up a meeting location for us to all gather around. I know Aiden's... I know Sid's waiting for Aiden to call back to spring the trap that we settled on, but...
Sure, yeah. Yeah, I can find somewhere for you.
Alright. That'd be mighty fine of you.
Yeah, no problem.
And with that, he hangs up. So yeah, Otto, you are currently in your little surveillance room area.
So one thing, okay, so yeah, I'm in there. I'm going to set up the charges, grab anything, probably like any Disney memorabilia that I have in there, because I probably have a couple little like pop figures and stuff. And I am going to set up the charge in my computer to go off on a signal and hook
like a cell phone signal? Or...
Yeah, like a cell phone signal. And hook up the camera that aims at my office to my phone. So I can basically wait until there are people in the building and then set it off.
Alright, how about you do me an intellect technology roll? This is not something you would do very often, so... And difficulty 6 is fine.
Might help if I had my character sheet. Where the hell did it go? Oh, there it is.
All right, yeah, you set up the bomb, no problem. It's now connected to your cell phone, so all you have to do is make a call. You have the surveillance camera set up to your phone as well, so you do know when they're going to be entering the area.
Okay. And then I'm going to go down, and I'm going to say to Fang, I do have Jasmine's phone number. Perhaps I should send some misleading information. She is, of course, part of the gang that is assaulting us.
Fang will like rush down the stairs with a large manila folder, and he'll say, "Yeah, well, I don't know if she's part of it yet, but yeah, might be wise."
So I will send a text to Jazz saying, McNeil is coming to the Widow's Web. Meet you there soon.
She's gonna relay that to Sid.
I'm gonna like lean
Is this
over
what
and
I
look.
think it is?
I'm gonna look over at her cell phone and nod. Yep. Yes. Otto is with Fang at the moment.
Yeah, so I mean, he was at the web when he left, or when we left, and I'm guessing he was with Fang. Or maybe Fang told him, I don't know, but this seems... Otto doesn't tell me things anyway.
I'm gonna give like a little shrug, and just, mean you, where are Red Dragon?
Yeah, no, that's fair. I don't know what to expect when I see them. If I get this kind of message.
See who?
I assume we're driving together, right? I mean, we drove to... Yeah. So, and she doesn't... She's just driving aimlessly because she's been given no destination. Otto.
Right. Well, I am on the course to help them, the last of us anarchs, with this little prince problem. And your family is going a different direction this evening, so it's really just up to you, Jazzy, whichever seems more important, or if nothing, I'd find a little place to hide out.
Yeah, I don't find pleasure in shooting buildings, so...
Yeah, how about Camarilla?
No, they seem like a bunch of assholes.
I mean, that's all kindred.
Little bit, but this is
Most.
our group of assholes. That's their group of assholes.
Anyways, back to Otto and Fang. Fang will say, "Well, you got everything. Are you ready to go?"
I'm ready.
All right, we should probably leave out the back.
Of course.
So he'll lead the way. He'll have his hand very close to the hair trigger on his gun, and look, both ways outside the alleyway, and motion you to, move forward with him. As you go out to the main street, you hear the sound of like honking horns as someone seems to be obstructing traffic, and you do see a black Cadillac speeding through, and he says, "Oh shit, this way. Keep your head down." And go ahead and do me an appearance etiquette to blend in with the crowd. Make yourself not look like you're running away from immediate danger.
It's an odd roll, but okay.
Or if you want to do like charisma performance, I'll even allow that.
How about split the difference and call it charisma etiquette?
Okay, yeah, I'll allow that.
Nice.
Oof. You see that Fang. Yeah, Fang is a little jittery. He's definitely had his fair share of firefights, so he keeps looking over his shoulder, making sure that no one spots him. You seem to be keeping your cool, and you do notice that Fang, being ahead of you, is a little jumpy.
So what kind of like where are we? We're in the back alley.
So you left from the back alley. You were about to go on the main street. That's when you heard the obstruction of traffic and the black Cadillac kind of peeling in. There are people still walking the streets. It is, I think, a Friday at this point. So the streets are busy for being LA. You know, people going to clubs and whatnot, and people wanting to go to the Widow's Web but realize it's closed.
All right. So this alley, is it bidirectional? Does it lead to another street, or is this?
So basically, it'd be like the square building, and then it'd be like an L, and then the sidewalk would be leading to the front.
All right, but could I go to two different locations from this alley, or is it just a one way?
Yeah, I would say you can.
Okay, and the Cadillac, can I see them? Can they theoretically see us?
If they knew who they were looking for, yeah, they could see you.
Then I'm just gonna do the best that I can to calm him down and be like, look, we need to just calm down, stop freaking out.
Yeah, I'm just a little jumpy. And
yeah, we're here throwing attention.
Yeah, so as you guys make it down the street to like a traffic signal, you do notice that 4 armed men are in suits, plain as daylight. They're not making any attempt to hide their weaponry. They rush into the club, kick down the door, and look. Yeah, that's the last you see of them.
I will keep an eye on my phone.
Yep. So
do the classic millennial thing of walking on my phone.
Okay. So a couple minutes later, you do see 2 guards, or 2 of the dragons. They do enter your security room. You notice one of them kicking down the door. They seem to be scanning the area for anyone that might be hiding.
Right. Click.
All right. You want to describe what happens?
So I've probably put some fabric and stuff from one of the beds, like the escort rooms, up above my computer, so they'll catch fire nice and well. So I make a call, and the hard drives on my computer will melt to thermite charges, which will catch the blankets and such on fire, which will start catching my desk on fire, which will start having the room catch on fire.
Okay, yeah.
So it's not going to be explosive, unfortunately, but...
No, I understand that. So as that does happen, you notice the 2 men. They start to, in a very panicked manner, they scan the room, they see the fire going up in blaze, and they're not acting like Kindred, where a Kindred would be running out of that building as quick as they can. They're more just surprised, and they shout down the hallway something, and they seem to be leaving.
Right.
And you guys are still walking, right? Or you would, okay. Yeah, if you want to take
hurting him, and
yeah, you guys are pretty much like a block down now. If you want to take a look behind you, you can.
I'll do the selfie camera look behind me.
Yeah, you just see the 3 of them start shouting at one another, like, what the hell's going on, kind of deal. One of them seems to be on his phone, and immediately closes it. They jump back in the car and just drive off. All right. So jumping back to Sid real quick, you do receive a call on your phone through, and it is Aiden.
Joy. Hello, Aiden. How are you this evening?
Oh, Sid's in the... Yes, I'm well. I hope you are ready soon to have our meeting.
Yes, of course. I was just waiting for you to tell me where you wanted to meet to continue with our plans.
Well, Isaac has us in this house for now. I can't necessarily just leave, unfortunately, without reason. I've been trying to negotiate some terms with him, but he seems very agitated right now.
I take a moment thinking about it. There's a little bit of silence over the line. And then I'm gonna sigh and say, what if I still perhaps came to you there?
Well, that is most possible, but I thought you wanted to be captured.
Yes, but if you can't get away, we could alternate the plan. I could say that I'm now willing to renegotiate with Isaac.
Let me call you back.
All right.
Yeah, he'll click the phone off, and Izzy will be jumping to you real quick.
I'm gonna say though, I like drop my cell phone in my lap and just kind of like hands on my face.
Did you say Aiden?
Yeah.
Okay, it's coming to me, you said?
Yeah, I'm sorry, we're jumping around everywhere, but
No, it's fine.
kind of a...
Because I think I've made up my mind, and we're gonna text Destiny, and we're going to let her know that I'm in.
Oh, did you leave?
And yes. Oh no, did I? I thought I had. Did I not?
Oh, okay. If you'd left, then
I had
you
like
left,
started to. I don't know if I actually left.
Okay, it's up to you.
So don't matter. Okay, so she gets the call from Fang, and like turns around and goes, "All right, look. The dragons are attacking people instead of fighting off any threat to their actual territory, and Jeremy McNeil is fucking bonkers, and if there really is a Sabbat coming, there's no this city don't stand no chance in hell. Aha. And I like you, so I'm in. I just don't want people to get hurt, but I guess it's kind of wishful thinking.
Well, you can assure that Isaac would do his best to make sure that, people that want to help don't die.
Yep. I can see that, actually. But, look. Fang is gathering everyone who would have been at Widow's Web. And they need a place to meet. Now, that sounds like a proper chance for either a meetup or an ambush, depending on what you want to do. You get to pick the location.
You see a very toothy smile come out. Not like she's excited, but
He specifically asked for you.
yeah, she'll give it again a toothy smile. Not that she's excited to kill people, but
No. Yeah.
that you've decided to help out, and she's like,
Okay, making it all too easy for us.
Yeah, well, I don't know where McNeil is. And I think you might be able to convince at least a couple of them. But even if you can't, there's part of it there. You can at least convince them to, you might be able to convince them that you can go take out the dragons, right? Yeah, the dragons betrayed them. If everybody goes takes out the dragons, you might have an ally or two.
Yeah. Maybe I'll set up the location. How about you do the negotiating? I think they would trust you more than me.
I can try.
All right.
Don't
good.
be surprised if I book it and run though. I'm not fighting Fang. If this goes sour.
Yeah, don't blame me. He's a badass.
Yeah.
And she'll start, clicking away at her keyboard and say,
Look.
Oh.
Let me be straight, okay? I ain't Cam. I really ain't. But it's what's best for the city, I think.
Now we can definitely get you home. This one job and you're back to London.
It's a nice bonus.
she again starts clicking away, and she's like,
Poetic. Listen,
Yeah.
remember that Broadway theater you were investigating when this all started?
Oh yeah, wait. You fuck sang somebody?
Yeah.
That was classy.
How about you have them meet there?
Sure.
There's a lot of dark. Can easily ambush if you decide to go that route.
I think we should have it as a backup plan, just in case. Uh-huh.
All right, I'll let Isaac know.
Okay.
and
I feel dirty. I feel dirty, like I was. I live in a sewer and I feel dirty.
and we're jumping back to Sid. You do receive a phone call back from Aiden. He says, Sydney,
Yes?
there's an apartment that I can rent out. It's Isaac's little hideaway, so to say. I'll tell him that I captured you and brought you there.
Perfect. Where is it?
He'll give you an address. It's a little up north of town, over by like Ventura area. So
Perfect. I'll meet you there. Is there anything else I should know?
yes, I think it would be better if you only brought a couple of your companions.
Yes. I'll just tell one or two.
Perfect. Yes. You can understand my cautiousness.
Of course, Aiden, and I just want to thank you again for helping me with this before we leave.
Go ahead and do a manipulation, empathy,
Mm-hmm.
or subterfuge if you want.
Yeah, I'll do manipulation set. Two.
Okay. Yeah, he's said, yes, I can't wait to go back to our home. And he'll click.
There's a little shudder and but I'm going to, put my phone away and look at Jazzy and say, I have a location that I need to get to. This is part of our ongoing plan. If you wouldn't mind dropping me off.
With Aiden.
Yes. And while I'm talking to her, I'm also going to quickly text Fang the details.
Yeah, she'll drop you off.
All right. So you make your way over to the address that you were given. It seems to be a little run down. Doesn't seem to be the most friendliest of neighborhoods, but it's a hideout nonetheless. And yeah, doesn't seem like anything or anyone suspicious outside.
So when we pull up and park, I'm gonna look over at Jazzy and, kind of genuine compassion on my face. Just be like, listen, Jazzy, I know we don't know each other very well. We're in different gangs, all that typical loner bullshit. But I like you, and I think you're a good person. So if you have any trouble you run into that I might be able to help out with, let me know.
You take care in there.
You too. And I'll get out of the car and look around before heading in. Like, I'd even like to do a perception alertness.
You wouldn't even really need to do that. You just see the typical like trash can fires of homeless people surrounding around it. Because it is nighttime, you hear the echoes of police sirens in the neighboring areas. Seems to be again a very ghetto area.
All right, then I'm just gonna start heading inside toward the apartment he told me to go to, and see if it's open, locked, or.
Right, you would make your way upstairs to the second floor. It is unlocked. Entering the room, you don't see anyone in there. It seems to be vacant.
Okay. I'm going to head inside. I'll close the door and, yeah, just sort of make myself as comfortable as possible while waiting on Aiden and see if Fang has anything he wants to say.
Okay, so jumping back to Izzy real quick. So you have been, you're in the reins of negotiating. Who would you like to call?
Well, I gotta let Fang know to go to the theater.
All right. So, are you gonna call Fang?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So again, a couple of dial tones later, Otto, you would notice Fang digging into his pocket, pulling out his cell phone, and say, "Yeah, Izzy."
Yeah. Destiny suggests the theater that a lot of this started at.
He'll pause for a second, and you hear him muttering, "You know about a Broadway theater?"
He says to me?
Yeah.
It says theater on fuck, I'm just gonna make up some shit.
Yes, I
like 7th and
Yeah.
whatever.
It's in downtown Hollywood.
Poetic.
Yeah. Otto knows of the place. He'll be able to walk me there. You gonna let Sid and Jazzy know?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, make sure you get here safely. We'll talk about
You too.
what to do next. Alright, and with that, he clicks off the phone.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna contact Jasmine, I guess.
Alright.
Hello?
Oi, hello. Look, is that a comb?
It's a pen.
Look, I'm sorry about the other night, but so they're meeting because you've heard about the Widow's Web, yeah?
Yeah, I heard about it.
Yeah, so they're meeting at the theater downtown, at the old one.
Okay, I'll see you soon then.
Yeah, okay. I need to call Sid too.
She won't say anything. She'll just hang up.
Okay.
Alright, so you call
I will
Sid
call
next.
Sid too then, since she's not saying anything and he doesn't know otherwise.
So yeah, I'll see Izzy calling my phone, so I'll answer. Izzy, is everything alright?
Yeah, you heard about the Widow's Web, yeah?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so they're coming to take out a bunch of you. So Fang has asked us to find a location for you to meet at, and Destiny suggests the theater downtown.
Oh, of course. Is that where we met before?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Alright. Let me know if you want me to roll, but I'm already feeling like, hey, I've been in contact with Fang all night. Dot dot dot. To Rev.
Yeah, what do you want to roll?
Oh, sorry. Shit, you were the one that told me about that. Okay, I'm sorry. She would have phrased that differently. That was my bad.
Okay, ST Mulligan or
That was my
I'm
bad.
okay.
But
I'm
yeah,
okay.
basically, because of the shit at the Widow's Web, go to the theater.
Well, actually, Izzy doesn't know that I've been talking to Fang, though.
No, but you're the one that... No, I don't know you're talking to Fang, but you're the one that told me about the Widow's Web getting fucked up. So...
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, you just mulligan it.
Yes, hello, Izzy, are you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. But I'll meet you there, yeah?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
All right. So, Sid, what are you gonna do now that you're met with?
Shut up, Hope. I was laughing and coughing. You tried doing a French accent while you're dying.
No.
I could do it.
We don't want to hear from you, Zabanu.
Yeah, you do.
So, what are you gonna be doing, Sid?
I am going to, cause I just texted Fang about like this is the drop off Aiden plan spot. So if he didn't get back to me already, I will follow up with a quick. Izzy said you also want us to meet here. How should we go about this?
Yeah, I didn't know about that text message. Sorry.
Oh yeah, I said it like just as I got in the apartment.
Yeah, my bad.
Okay.
Fang would have replied. You would be, stay there. We're gathering up, and we'll meet you over there, kind of thing.
Okay, so then I sent him that follow up as well.
And what was the follow up again?
I don't like disbelieve Izzy, but like now I'm trying to make sure I have all of our plans straight because the idea was that Aiden's gonna take me. So I'm gonna text him. Izzy told me we're meeting at this place too. How are we going about this?
Yeah, you'll receive the text like, we're meeting at the Broadway to gather everyone. Then we'll come to you.
Okay,
Don't want to spook Aiden, kind of thing.
of course.
All right. So, if I guess this is a time to.
Yeah,
break.
we'll go ahead and take a little break. For our players in ST, if anyone needs to run off for a minute, just get a little bit of a refresher. Chat, if you have any questions for us about the story or the characters, you can feel free to post those. We always like answering questions. And otherwise, we'll just chat for a few minutes. And Barrel Dragon is posting some French. I barely know French at all.
Hey, this is America. Speak Spanish like everybody else. Oh my god. You have your wiener out on stream.
Oh no! Look at that cute little wiener.
I often do.
Okay, so is there even anybody that I could contact to set up? Because I don't actually know any of the people in the Camarilla. So...
Barrel Dragon wrote, "Gentlemen, I am innocent of everything I am charged with. I wish my blood could cement the happiness of the French." I like it.
What?
I don't know.
The only people you know. The only people you know in the Camarilla would be Rose and the Prince, because or an Aiden.
Yeah.
It's Halloween and you run into a kid playing as a vampire. Reactions. My reactions are, where the hell are your parents, you little brat?
Jesus, Otto.
Otto's not a good person. Like...
And then Otto would make a nightmare fuel illusion for him.
But
Izzy would have fun with said kid. They would go on an adventure.
Sydney would have fun, but be a little, like, not mean, but a little more, I don't know, kind of, huh? Mischievous, yeah. She would like play around with the kid a bit and then like show her fangs and be like, "Want to be a real one?"
You fucking asshole.
Yeah. She's French. What do you want?
So the German are gay, and the French are just
assholes?
Yeah.
So what you're saying is Germans like French.
So what I was thinking is that I might actually...
That was pushing it, Zavani.
Nah, it's hilarious. I'm hilarious. I will never stop being hilarious.
You know what? Don't stand by that joke. Just let it die. It's all right. You know what? I was thinking about maybe contacting Boris, but also I hate Boris. So maybe.
I mean, if Destiny wants to contact Boris, Destiny can
that's
contact
up to her.
Boris.
I am doing none of that.
I mean, Boris is also working with the Camarilla.
I figured. I'm not an idiot.
Oh, I thought that was like obvious.
Oh, it's stupid obvious, yeah. But like, just because he's working with the camera, like I said, like Izzy said, she is not Camarilla, but this is the best thing for the city. So this is, she doesn't like Boris at all. She thinks he's a violent asshole, and honestly, the violent part's okay, but he's an asshole about it, and that's the
No. It's cool. The Camarilla stand behind him.
She does not. No, she does not like him, and she's afraid of, because he does have such a reputation for being so ruthless. She's afraid of bringing him to this, and then he decides to just kill all of you without giving you a chance to do anything. And not that he could, but that he would jump the gun there, and then she'd be like, "Well, fuck."
In answer to Dio Brando, Otto and Angel would hate each other. Angel would hate Otto more than Otto would hate Angel, because Otto might think that he can manipulate Angel. And Otto would definitely get along with Ike.
I think Otto's just very apathetic in general. He's only like kind of out for himself.
Yes, he is. And in all honesty, as much as I enjoy Otto, it will be a nice breath of fresh air to stop playing him, because he's so just sick of a person. Like he's already got plans on how to help the Camarilla win and how to help the Anarchs win. Like, he is going to do everything he can to be on the winning side of this, regardless of who wins.
That was originally Izzy's plan, and then she grew a conscience, which I guess she always had.
The thief with a heart of gold.
Yeah, a heart of maybe stainless steel, not gold. It's not that valuable.
Like brass.
It's shiny! And like
the heart
durable.
of brass.
Yeah.
Kind of a similar color to gold.
Brass tarnishes, though. Steel's way more usable, though.
And then Izzy's heart grew tenfold.
Grew 10 sizes that day.
And because of the megacephaly, she died because the heart was too big for the cavity.
I was actually a little sad that Izzy's only gotten to steal stuff like 2 or 3 times in this campaign. Like, she fucking loves stealing shit, man. She'll steal shit from everybody.
We'll
like,
eventually
even if she's
have
your best friend, she'll steal it.
We'll eventually have a heist game, and I'll make sure Izzy has all the things to steal.
Or like Angel has, I think, rolled cars twice.
Yeah, I actually thought of that the other day, and I'm like, I'm just gonna make a reason for like some kind of car chase because I feel so bad.
Oh, if we're including the driving roll, that's 3 times. I was talking about fixing cars.
That's true. Your guys' like downtime stuff gets really washed over because we have 6 players.
But I mean, because of how many dice he throws at cars, like, it's kind of not really worth even trying to roll, because it's just a matter of how ridiculous is this success.
There are canon.
There's some fun to that too.
Yeah.
There are some canon points in the core rulebook and even other books that say if a character's dice pool exceeds, and especially if it like far exceeds the difficulty, like you don't even have to ask them to roll. Yeah. I generally don't use that rule, with some exceptions. If I feel like a situation is like maybe a 5 difficulty and you've got like 10, I might just say whatever. But also, like, the idea is that even being a massive expert in something,
Yeah.
things can always go wrong.
Oh yeah. Especially if it's a high stress environment, if you're not working with proper equipment, if so if Angel had to, with his bare hands, fix a car in like 5 minutes so they could get going, that'd be a difficulty 8, difficulty 9.
Oh yeah, exactly. But like if you're just at your shop, like fixing a car.
Yeah.
But
I never do feel bad about giving him that ridiculously many dice because he is a premier car detailer. If he can't throw that many dice, he shouldn't be working on Lamborghinis.
Exactly. But I always do love when someone has like 14 dice and they roll and they get like no successes because they got like a bunch of ones that canceled the few successes they got. And you're just sitting there like, you are an ancient, immortal being, and you've like honed your craft in this aspect for millennia, and nope.
And you can't get the 13th gen to do what you ask.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yep.
Bring it back in. Okay, so trying to God, I had it and then I lost it.
I am in the apartment, kind of waiting on Aiden.
Okay.
Izzy
I remember
is
what I
still
was gonna
talking. Yeah, Izzy's still talking with Destiny, I think. Otto and Fang are together, and then Jazzy is alone in the car.
Yeah. Okay, jumping back to Otto and Fang. You guys are still walking. Fang just told you that they're gonna meet at the Broadway theater that you guys originally went to in the very first, part of the investigation, where you found Marcus, the dead guy, hanging. And yeah, so Fang tells you that, and you do receive a phone call, and it is McNeil.
I will pick it up. Hello.
Boy, goddamn! I thought you were dead. You should see this fucking place.
yeah.
It's up in blaze,
Oh yes, the dragons decided to use our attack on the Camarilla as an opportunity to engage in a coup.
Oh,
We barely managed to get out with our lives. Well,
fucking
unlives.
dragons, eh? I'll never trust them as far as I can throw them, eh?
As well you shouldn't.
Where are you at right now, O2? I want to get this rough and tumble going already. I want to go storm the castle gates.
We are currently trying to avoid them. I think we might still be being followed. I will get back to you when we have firm direction on where we're going. Shouldn't be too long.
Oh, I'm getting real mighty tired of this chase here, O2. You owe me one.
Of course. I promise I will message you as soon as I know where we're going. I want to get these Camarilla dogs out of my city as quickly as you do.
Okay, O2, just remember, you betray me if I smell a hint of fucking...
I would never dream of
thievery.
such a thing.
Yeah, well, you're a smart man. You got a good head on your shoulders, eh?
And I
Right.
want the cam dogs out of my city.
Yeah, well, I'll be enjoying the barbecue then. I'll wait for you. Click.
Cool. That was McNeil. He wants to know where we are.
Well, he's like a bloodhound. He's gonna find you eventually.
I know, but I figured I'd wait until we decided what was going on before I let him know.
Right. Well, we best call up a taxi. Meet Jasmine and Izzy over at the theater.
Something, he's the white guy, he should be calling the cab?
Right. And he'll like see a taxi drive by and like whistle for one, like raise his hand, and one will pull over and he gives you you guys step in the car and off your on the way to the Broadway theater.
All right.
So, Jasmine, you're alone, sitting in the car, listening to I don't know, Adele.
Alanis Morissette.
No!
Listening to Lana Del Rey.
Yeah, yes.
He's just doing breathing
Lord.
exercises. They're not helpful.
Royals.
Okay, so yeah, you're in front of the apartment building that you dropped Sid off. You received a call to go meet up at the Broadway theater.
She will text Sid and let her know that she's going and if she's heard anything about it.
Yeah, I'll text her back and say that Fang confirmed that was the plan.
Yeah, then just following up with, does she need a ride? Okay, yeah, she'll leave.
All right. If you want, go ahead and do. There's no intuition, is there?
No, you can roll wits and something related to the scenario.
Go ahead and do like wits alertness.
Okay. No.
Yeah, you're clueless. Okay.
Everything's gonna be fine.
Dum-de-dum-de-dum.
All right,
Hold it
Izzy.
all.
Jumping back over to Izzy. So yeah, you called who you needed to call. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna go to the theater.
Okay, just you.
Should I bring someone else?
I'm just asking because you were talking about who you knew in the Camarilla and whatnot.
I mean, I wanted to be able to have other people there, yeah, but I don't know who to get. This is a well thought out plan.
Okay. Yeah. No, I was just asking. So you're gonna be making your way to
I
the
would like
Broadway
to have
theater by
other
yourself.
people there in case we need. Like, I gave them the information. I was kind of assuming they would send their own ambush people, but because I'm not fucking setting it up, I was just gonna. They told me to be the face, so I was going to try.
Okay. Well, you can talk to the prince if you want. You can.
Oh, that's fair. Let's do that. I figured that Destiny would relay that, but I can absolutely do it myself for sure.
Okay. So as you leave the giant office computer room that you were in, you do remember the prince saying that he was going to go upstairs for some business. So if you wanted to ask like one of the ghouls that were kind of standing watch,
Yeah.
I'm sure, yeah. So he would lead you up there to the prince, knock on the door, and you hear a very perturbed like, "Come in."
She kind of slinks in with like her hands in her pockets and her shoulders kind of slumped like this. Like she's just, her whole attitude shows she is not proud of what she's doing.
Right, and the prince does take a glance at you, and then, with a bit of a shock on his face, goes, "Oh, Izzy, please come in."
Yeah. Look, I thought about what you said, and in light of some recent information, I've elected to at least help you, okay, in this. So, a good chunk of them are going to be meeting at the Broadway Theater downtown. I don't know if McNeil will be there, but a good few of them will be meeting the ones who came in refuge from. So the dragons decided to capitalize on the chaos a bit and took out the Winter's Web. and so a lot of the remainder of them are going to head there. So what I was thinking was they'd be pretty good allies if I could try to convince them to join you if you wouldn't mind helping them take out the dragons.
A very sly smile begins to, creep his face, and he will reply, "This is most excellent news, Izzy. You're making the right decision here."
Yeah. But look, I don't think it's a bad idea to have I can't believe it, to have an ambush plan as a backup. Yeah, and I'm not an ambush kind of person. So if I could have some people,
Of course, yes. Yeah, I believe you're acquainted with Rose. She can definitely help out your situation, and we do have well-armed men here.
yeah, that would help. Hopefully, you won't have to do a damn thing. I'm kind of hoping this will be a bit not so violent, but I'm gonna try and convince him first.
Yes, I've done my due diligence to try to persuade them to help our cause, but maybe a friendly face was all they need to regain their senses.
Yeah, yeah. So I guess just have people on standby. I'd rather go alone, but if I have to run, um, yeah, I'd rather have people have me back.
Sorry, laughing at the picture.
Sorry.
What? Stop it! She already feels.
Sydney to Izzy. Why you do this?
Yeah, and he'll say, of course, violence is the last thing I want. I want to unify the kindred.
The more kindred you have dead, the less are going to be here if the Sabbat really are coming. All right, so I think
Exactly.
this might be a way to kind of cut out one troublesome gang and unite all the rest. Yeah.
Yes, I think that's a splendid idea. And he'll make his way over to you and extend a hand to, solidify the deal.
Please don't make me shake your hand. She does laugh.
No, I would never make you do anything you don't want to. Your actions are your own. You can see to that when I do rule the city.
Yeah, try not to cloak me presents. I don't like it. She kind of gives him a salute and heads out.
Okay. And yeah, she'll say, Rose should be enjoying some festivities in the kitchen if you want to talk to her.
Yeah.
Okay. So he'll go back to, writing some documents as well as doing whatever he was doing inside his room. If you make your way downstairs into the kitchen, you would see Rose feasting on some blood dolls. It's the two individuals that you've seen before. It's a older man and it looks like his wife. They just seem to be standing in the kitchen, just lifeless, almost doll-like.
Classy. Okay, she kind of saunters down, not at all cutting her attitude. It kind of leans on the doorway with her arms crossed.
Rose will definitely look back and give a smirk of some kind and say, "Oh, it's you, the rat."
Oi! That is an insult to rats everywhere, and you know it.
She'll give a smile and say, "Yes, I do believe you're correct. What do you want?"
Look, I appreciate the banter and all, but I've decided to shack up with you fucks. So, I need your help.
My. Showing such weak resolve already. Well, Isaac does know how to pick them.
Sure. So basically, A shit ton of us anarchs, what's left of them, what's left of a lot of the remainder of the gangs, are going to a theatre downtown, the Broadway. Yeah, you know that one?
Oh, yes, I remember meeting your kind there and having my fun with him.
That's why would you bring that? I'm trying to join you. Never mind. You're the worst at this. Um. So, basically, I'm going to go there to try to convince the others to join your side. Yeah. So I figured Isaac's on board with this. If you volunteer to help them with the dragons, what just killed a lot of them, burn their shit to the ground, and are generally making a nuisance of themselves, you'd have yourselves allies of a shit ton of the clans left that are united, you know, against Disabot and under you. Yeah? Sounds pretty good. So I need to go talk to them, but if it goes south, I need some kind of backup.
Her very, cocky smile then turns into a very serious tone, and she says, "Well, if the prince is on board with this idea, then I accept."
So glad you can see it my way.
Yes, I'll round up a couple of our ghouls, and we'll drive you over there.
Thanks.
All right. So with that, Sid, you are alone. It's a pretty dark apartment. The only lighting that you would really receive is from like neon signs from the outside window. Electricity.
I do have a cute vision. I could see a little bit extra.
Yeah, I'm just saying, electricity does not work here. It's a very rundown part of town. So, yeah, you would be sitting around for a while. Is there anything that you would be doing in particular, or just waiting?
No, I'm nervous and anxious and all kinds of wonderful, horrible feelings. So I would actually not even sit down. I'm just going to be standing kind of with like my arms folded and just doing slightly bit of pacing and looking around and waiting to hear for like the door open.
Right, and it's with that, maybe it's your extra sensitive senses because you're anxious, nervous, and wondering what the heck is going to happen, but you do hear the sound of echoing footsteps and the doorknob turning very slowly, and in front of you is Aiden. He does look like he has a very he's got a look of ecstasy, so to say. He's very, very excited for this encounter. Been anticipating it.
Yeah, as much as I basically hate him and find him super gross, I did also drink from him not very long ago, so there's this weird little feeling that makes me excited to see him too, as much as I hate him.
Yeah, with your level 1 blood bond, you would it's one of those things where you just can't get him out of your head no matter how hard you try, but when you do see him, your heart begins to race a little bit.
Yeah, so like I even like instinctually like start moving toward him like as soon as he walks in. Aiden, I was waiting for a while.
Oh, I'm sorry, Zidane. I had other arrangements to see to before our reunion.
I furrow my eyebrows a little bit. And yes, you've had quite a lot going on between our phone calls. Is everything still in order?
Yes, yes. It seems the dragons have been causing quite a stir. They've shot up
So
a
I've
couple
heard.
of yes, they've shot up a couple of bars already after their bonfire at the Widow's Web. We had to make sure that the Masquerade was still intact.
She laughs, kind of more like a dry, sarcastic tone, and still like kind of with her arms folded. I'm just like, yes, you expect something out of something's like that out of Bruja Gangrel, not so much their kind.
Well, we don't know much about the Kyujin, but I would imagine they're very ambitious like us.
Perhaps they are trying to take territory in a completely different land.
So, and he'll slowly inch his way closer and closer to you. And again, with his hand brushing, like the back of his hand brushing against your cheek and, sliding down to the tip of your chin, he says, how do you want to do this?
I will put my hand on the back of his, like, as well, sort of allow, like, going along with the motion and say, well, my colleagues, and I'll, like, look around. No one's here. It is just us, but they are aware of my little plan. Um, I figured you would take me to Isaac, as I said, sort of a hostage. You've captured me. I figure Isaac wanted me on his side anyway.
Yes, perhaps we can stage something here. I can call him over the phone, and we'll stage an ambush.
Yes, that was my thinking.
So he'll brush past you, go into like the dining room / kitchen area, and pull out an old wooden chair and, kind of extend his hand for you to sit down.
Yeah, I'll join him in the little dinette area, and I'll sit just across from him, just listening and waiting.
Right, and he did bring in a bag, like a little duffel bag, and inside the bag is like hemp rope, and say, well, when he does get here, we'll need to make it look like I've captured you.
Of course. It wouldn't make much sense if you just stand there and say that you've captured me.
Right, and after all this is over, we are leaving, yes?
Of course, Aiden. Do you actually want to go home? Or are you interested here in the Americas?
Wherever our hearts take us. We'll leave Fang and these other anarchs. We'll let them fight over the squabble in the trash heap while we live out our lives.
I can't wait.
Go ahead and roll me a manipulation empathy, or manipulation subterfuge, or
Fair
charisma
enough.
subterfuge. And it's going to be a difficulty 7 because you are blood bonded.
Okay.
You almost feel this
Oh,
compulsion.
no.
Yeah, you feel this compulsion to almost tell him the truth. And with that, he does notice a little bit of hesitation in your voice. However, makes note of it. He doesn't seem... He's like, okay, well, as long as we are on the same boat, Sid.
Of course, Aiden. I wouldn't, do you think I would put myself in such a vulnerable position if I was trying to, do anything else? And I'll, like, put my hand on his.
Yeah. With that, he seems to be a little jaded. He'll pull his hand away over to his phone and say, well, I'll make the call. And with that, he calls someone and says, yes, Isaac, is Aiden. And the conversation seems to go on, saying that he captured you and that he's meeting you, or that you're at the safe house, things like that. And you do notice one line in particular, and he says, well, I would not simply run when I had my goal. I would pledge my allegiance to you, O Prince of Los Angeles. And with that, we'll be cutting over to the rest of the gang. He does hang up the phone, and he says, well, he's on his way.
Good. And I'll look at the chairs in the kitchen. I figure this is a pretty, like, kind of a dump. Do they look sturdy enough to actually tie someone down?
No, not at all. Like, if you were to, like, struggle at a very, like, strength if you did like a strength roll and you were tied to the chair, you would probably be able to splinter it.
Okay. I was even more asking if it would look legit, but I'll actually just say, all right, if you and I'll like stand up from the chair I'm sitting in and start like pulling it out of the kitchen.
Yeah, these are very rickety furniture. They've aged quite a bit.
Lovely.
So, yeah, with that, we'll cut on over to Otto, Jazzy, and Fang. Otto and Fang, you would be making your way to the Broadway first. You notice it's the same area as last time. There's the convenience store on the corner. It's a very shady part of town, not very well kept. However, it's not considered a ghetto. It's just run down. And Jasmine, you would be making your way shortly after. You would probably notice Otto and Fang standing in front of the theater.
Yeah, she will walk up to them and say hello to Fang.
He'll give a tip of the hat, ma'am.
Glad
So,
you guys,
not with
made
the
it out
dragons
okay.
anymore then.
Oh, well, I didn't make the meeting with McNeil, so.
Well, let's step inside before anyone with prying
Yes, we
eyes
are a
sees.
bit of a motley crew.
So, he'll lead the way. He'll open the door. You do see like your handprint from when you did open up the door the first time. Otto, when you were kind of feigning as a bum. It seems the dust has been unsettled from there, and you make your way in. As your voices would definitely echo throughout this abandoned Broadway theater, and say, "Well, Sid made it to the apartment, okay?"
Yeah, she didn't have any problems.
What? Why is she not coming?
She's
Have I
meeting
been...
McNeil, too.
Sorry, say that again.
I said she's meeting McNeil, too.
Well, and he can definitely sense the awkwardness in the air. He'll say, "I'll check out the theater itself. How about you two search around the building, make sure we're alone here?"
Can do.
Yeah.
And yeah, he walks away. He walks to the main theater.
McNeil, huh?
Is there a conversation there, or?
Yeah, no, I say that. Is that also in character?
Yeah, she is responding in as.
Because I know where
something-
McNeil is, and it's not meeting with Sid.
Yeah, well, I knew that you weren't meeting him at the Widow's Web.
Eh. Excuse me if I was a bit suspicious of your group coming to kill me and my gang.
Yeah, well, I mean, you knew me and Sid went there together, and she came out and let Fang know, and maybe you, I don't know, but I mean, either way.
Yeah, it was to be safe more than... Clearly you're not with them anymore, so we don't have a problem.
Sure.
All right. So as you two make very, very awkward small talk throughout the building, it's pretty obvious that the tone is, distrust. It's very conflicted. Yeah, you would scour the building. No one is there. If you even make it to the roof, you would see that the generator is still there and turned off, as well as the laptop. Or no, you took the laptop. I'm sorry. So yeah, just the generator. And yeah. So are you gonna make it your way to Feng?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you guys both walk over to Fang, he seems to be just, legs hanging down from the stage itself, just sitting, and he says, well, it's a mighty big place here. Can definitely still smell the blood from that viper.
Well, so then Izzy's coming. Sid is not, apparently.
Sid is
I could invite Neil.
Sid is preoccupied with the plan in action. Once Izzy gets here, we'll roll out, make sure that she stays safe. We are dealing with the prince here. And with the comment that you say you can invite McNeil, he says, I'd rather not invite a madman to the party, but I suppose he'll snake his way in somehow.
I don't think you'll hear either of us press for that invitation.
Not exactly, no.
And Izzy, you'll be rolling up in front of the Broadway Theater with Rose and another car behind you, which is filled with ghouls as well. So it's 6 armed men in total. And Rose will, bring out some orders like, 3 go to the alleyway, the back alleyway, which you guys entered from, and then 3 wait out in the front, making sure the exits are all blocked. And Rose will say, well, we're here. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Well, here's my number. Text me if things go south.
I'll text you one way or the other. Yeah. Thanks.
I'll be waiting here, and so will my men.
Okay. Is he kind of obfuscates and then goes inside the building with the intention of not obfuscating again, like of dropping it once she gets inside enough. She wants to hear what they're talking about, but I guess they're just kind of making awkward small talk, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how about that Nyx?
Yeah, so are you sneaking around or are you making your presence known?
No, she'll make her presence in a second. She'll like reappear like leaning against the
So have you seen Moana? It's a pretty good movie.
Oh my god.
Oh my god,
Is a
love
good
Moana.
guy.
Yeah. All right, so the 3 of you see Sid making her flashy entrance that she normally likes to do. Say, Fang will say, well, looks like the gang's all here. Where'd you run off to, Izzy?
Look,
That's not me.
I knew what he meant.
Play this game.
Yeah.
Anything to stall this.
All right. Well, I suppose that's everyone. Let's go.
Yeah. Look, what exactly are you planning to do?
Well, Sid is waiting at the meetup with Aiden, and he's gonna notify the prince, and that's when we'll make his final death the final.
Yeah, you're not gonna do anything about the dragons?
We'll let the dragons take what they want. Right now, our focus is the prince.
But once you get rid of the prince, what are you gonna do? Look, I'm sorry, I don't, sir, but...
Listen, Izzy, I know it's conflicting. I know there's a lot of, for lack of a better word, anarchy on the streets right now. With Lilith gone, and he'll take a brief moment to pause and look over to Otto. There's no one to maintain that area. There's going to be a couple of warlords trying to rise up to take Lilith's territory, but that's another war on its own.
So you're gonna go take out the prince and just hope the rest of it sorts itself out?
No.
That seems to be the plan.
We first take out the prince. We gotta take it one step at a time. The
Want us to
Camarilla.
squabble while there's a prince in town? Because that seems a little shittier, hun.
I mean, he ain't prince yet.
Yeah, so let's fix that. Let's make sure it doesn't happen. Because he's threatened just about every single one of us.
But hasn't he also talked to all of you?
By kidnapping me, yes.
Yeah, by threatening me and making me jump out a window, yeah.
I think that one was your decision, though.
I mean, I could have signed over and joined the Cammies.
Yeah, look, I've just been looking into some shit with Destiny, and it looks a lot like the Sabbat are on their way here. And I don't know if leaving the city in a fuck it, we'll sort it out later state of events is gonna be the best thing for that.
Okay, so dividing it between Camarilla and Anarchs is supposed to be the better idea?
No, but having some kind of solidified thing. Look, maybe if you went to the prince and asked him to, like, help you fight the dragons or something off, yeah? And then...
What do you want us to do, Izzy?
I don't know, think about your shit.
Okay, but you clearly are coming from a place of you have thought about this, so why don't you tell me what you've thought about?
Everything I've said. It's
You're presenting a lot of problems. What's your solution?
That is my solution. Why don't we just
Talk to the
at
prince?
least temporarily ally? I didn't say bow to him. I just said temporarily ally with him. Yeah.
Based on a rumor that the Sabbat are coming.
That and the fact that we had to run from your own club.
Fang will kind of step in and say, do you talk to the prince, Izzy?
Yes, I did. The same as all of you did.
I thought you went there willingly to talk to Destiny the other day. That isn't exactly how I talk to them, but...
Yeah, well, you know, he was there. I did go to talk to Destiny.
Listen, I know we can squabble all we want. The fact is, we need to remove the prince. Then we can sort out the dragon situation later.
With who? With just us? With McNeil?
I know you're new to the city, Izzy. This ain't the first time I've been involved in a war. McNeil is a frantic idiot, to say. He's a lunatic, a revolutionist. He likes creating fireworks and big explosions in his name, but he is resourceful, and he'll be able to take down the dragons.
But by himself.
With his resources.
I just don't know if this is the best thing for the city, okay?
Okay, so the best thing for the city, according to you, is to ally temporarily until the Sabbat one day show up, and then we fight them together, and then they just leave?
There are plenty of cities where the Camarilla and the Anarchs exist at the same time. There are lots of them. I'm just saying this one's maybe not that. I'm just saying this one could be one of them, basically. A lot of people have already left. There's so much territory up for grabs. We're fighting among each other at this point.
Thanks to you.
Thanks
Who's
to
telling
me?
us to ally with the Camarilla?
Wait,
Or are you
how
talking
is
about
me
the,
telling you
like-
that? I don't.
Or are you
follow.
talking about like us always having turf wars with each other? Because that's just the way it is.
Does it have to be?
You can join the Camarilla and you probably don't have that problem.
Look,
But it sounds like you knew what you were getting into when you joined a gang here. Now you're upset about how the way it works?
The prince does have some influence. Probably promised something to you, right, Izzy?
that's. A bit, yeah, but I'm not.
What did you take, Izzy?
I didn't take nothing.
What did he promise, Izzy?
I didn't take nothing.
What did he promise, Izzy?
I just want to make sure that. Look, I'm not here to cause fucking trouble, okay? It's not what I'm trying to do. I just want to. You had your fucking place bombed. You don't even have your gang anymore because you don't. They just bombed somebody. Yeah. We're the rest of the Allied infighting bits at this point. What are we even fighting for?
Otto, you've been quiet. Is there anything you want to say?
Nope. I'm just
Alright.
letting this play itself out.
No, she's gonna wait. She knows she's been talking too long.
Izzy, I understand the frustration. It's just how kindred are, especially the kindred in the Free States. They're out for themselves. They're very ambitious.
Oh, believe me,
take
that's
the
all well
road.
and good. But when the Sabbat are coming, you've got a problem.
She
Okay,
does
but-
have a point if they are coming. But what guarantee do we have that they are coming? Because if there was a guarantee that they were
I'm
coming, I
sorry.
would totally.
Out of character, there was some like artifact or something, right? I forgot.
The prince said that through like extensive research in Destiny, also hacking into like the Sabbat network. The prince also does have some moles hiding in the Sabbat that say that they are coming to California to overtake the Free States. So again, it's based on conjecture and rumors, whether or not you believe the prince or not. But he did tell you that through his resources and through the information network that they were planning an invasion or an attack.
Look, we hacked into the networks. There's a few moles even that the prince has said, but we saw it ourselves too. They're planning. They thought the LA states were weak because we have so much infighting, and they're planning on coming here.
So hearsay, because I'm not going to disagree. The Sabbat are dangerous, and I would much rather deal with the Camarilla than the Sabbat. But how do we know that the prince himself isn't lying?
I don't trust the prince. I hate the prince. All right, I think the guy's a sleazy scumbag.
But you think?
But I
the
trust
Anarchs are
Destiny,
failing?
and Destiny saw it. All right, and Destiny thinks he's right. At least on this.
Listen, Izzy, I know this may be a great deal of burden to you. I know that it's not easy to come out and say this. I know you want the best interest for everyone, and you don't want anyone to get hurt. But a lot of anarchs have their conviction. They have their way of life, and it's hard to change that.
Yeah, but the old way of life is going to be fucking gone. Again, why can't we just coexist with them? Yeah? I'm not saying bend a knee. I'm saying just make a truce.
You give a mouse a cookie, and they want a glass of milk. So to say, Izzy. If we give them an inch, they'll take a mile.
Are you quoting children? You know what? I appreciate it.
Yes.
That's a good metaphor.
So
what did they
yeah,
promise you, Izzy?
What'd you say?
What did they promise you?
That I'd be like, okay, just I don't. You're my friends. I don't want to see you hurt. Okay.
is there hurt to be had, Izzy?
It's just gonna get bloody. Okay. That is not a threat. That's just a fact, and I think you know that.
Listen, I don't care who runs the city. Jeremy McNeil, Sabbat, Camarilla. It makes no difference to me and my kind. We are nomads, we travel.
if there's danger, we go the other way. We're good at sniffing out danger. However, if you feel this is the right path, and if this will keep Sid safe, then my gun is yours.
Thanks.
I will say that my biggest hang up is, how do we know that the Sabbat are coming and this isn't just a lie perpetrated by the prince to get us to bend a knee?
At this point, yeah, honestly, that's a big thing with me too. I'm not sure.
Because I have interacted with the Sabbat. I don't know about the rest of you. I have interacted with them. I've dealt with La Sombra, not so much Samishi. They scare me too much. And I would rather deal with the Camarilla. But if it's an actual choice between the Sabbat and the Camarilla, if there's no choice, then why make it?
I don't know. You could just go ahead and attack the prince, sure, and then you still have the dragons to deal with, and the city still falls apart, and you can just fight among yourselves with the warlords, I guess. I mean, if that's what you want, you can do that, sure.
Okay, but this turf war has spanned it back to like the 20s, right, or before?
Yeah, but there's a bit of a vacuum of power now.
I understand that it's sticky, but you make it sound like what we all knew was a thing is now terrible when you signed on, and it sounds like not long ago.
I didn't say I liked it.
It doesn't sound like you like anything. I want to know where you stand exactly.
Where I stand exactly is that I hate the Camarilla, but I think they're right in this instance. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Thanks. Crystal clear.
Jumping back over to Sid. Let's let emotions settle in. Words impact. Sid, you have been, spending your time with Aiden, and he has made no hidden agenda. He's been very touchy-feely, however, is a bit reserved. You notice some hesitation with him, especially after the last little, assurance that you were to give him. And you see a black Cadillac. We'll say Cadillacs are the most just fanciest of cars. It does roll up. It seems out of place if you were to look out the window, and outside, the prince does exit from the driver's seat.
Okay. Did I get tied up yet, or were we still just talking?
You guys were just kind of making small talk, and Aiden will say, "Well, shall we put on the ruse?"
Yes, I think we better get to it before he gets here. So I'll sit in the chair, which I pulled out more like the sitting area, and I'll sit down.
Right, and he will actually tie the rope fairly tight around your wrists and your ankles to the chair, so that it's very difficult to move. And he pulls out one more thing out of the duffel bag, which is a surprise, but he'll definitely make a speech first and say, "Sidonie, you know I love you, right?
Yes, Aiden?
And I would want nothing harmful to happen to you."
Of course, Aiden, I feel the same way.
Do you feel the same way?
Are you asking me?
Add a character. Add a character. Actually, I could do it in character. Do you feel the same way?
Of course. And to clarify, out of character, like, I don't, but the blood bonding is actually affecting her a little bit.
Yeah. And he'll say, "Well, then I hope you forgive me for doing this, but I did have my suspicions of something greater going on." And he'll pull out a steak from his duffel bag.
Aiden, we don't have to go. Look, I can't move out of this. You know, I don't have any real strength.
Yes, but we can just run away now and forget all of this. We can start new lives, let the dogs fight it out. These friends of yours, they're out from themselves, Sid. They don't care about you. They don't care about us.
Aiden, you agreed to help me first, and then we would leave.
Yes, but I find that this is the only way for us to be safe. And he'll slowly walk towards you with a stake in hand.
Aiden, if you really care about me, you won't do this.
Oh, Sid, it's... Actually, roll. Go ahead and roll. Do empathy.
Charisma, empathy?
Yeah.
Cool.
Difficulty 7. Again, blood bonded.
God damn it, Sydney! You're getting shelved as a PC.
Yeah, and he'll say, "Oh, Sydney, this is why I'm doing this, is because I care for you." And he is, again, inching closer if you would like to try to do something about it.
As he gets like closer and closer, I'm pretty much just gonna like kind of keep sounding really upset and begging and hey, wait, please, and like if he's like really close with it, listen, let me drink your blood again. I won't be able to leave you then.
Oh, Sydney, there'll be plenty of times of that when we're gone. I'll let you do 2 more actions.
Short of rolling that again with a higher difficulty, I don't think Sid has much she could do. I could roll a strength to get out of here.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, I'll do that. Regular
Difficulty 6.
Okay,
Yeah.
just strength? I don't actually really have anything else other than athletics.
Yeah, it would be strength athletics.
Oh, okay. One.
You do feel the knot in your hands loosen a bit. And you do feel the legs of the chair begin to splinter off as you are struggling. And Aiden will definitely make a little bit of a more hasty walk to you, and he'll say, "Don't fight this, Sid. It's only fate that we're here again."
Aiden, please, this isn't how this should go.
If you want to do one more strength.
Yeah.
Okay.
God damn it, Sydney. Well, I got one.
With that, one of your hands does break free, your right hand. The left hand is still a little bit entangled in the rope, and the legs of the chair have not splintered off yet.
Okay.
And
is he like right at me now?
Oh yeah, he's with his left hand, he's gonna place it on your shoulder and actually just like tip the chair down to the ground. And with the stake, he's gonna rise up and try to pierce your heart.
What can I do with one hand? All right. Then I'm gonna do like if I can do a resisted action, I'm gonna try to fight the arm that's coming down with the stake.
Okay. Yeah. That'd be strength melee.
One. I don't have any melee.
Yeah, he's a weak bitch too.
Woo! Look at us French assholes are fighting on the floor.
You're just like slapping each other. Stop.
I don't want to go.
Yeah, so your hand is quickly grasped on his wrist with the stake, and he's, struggling to try and stake your heart. And he will place his other hand right on your neck as you hit the floor to dig in the nails a bit.
I do have double jointed, which gives me extra dexterity with like actually wiggling out of things. Can I get my other hand free?
Yeah, go ahead and do
Yay!
another dex athletics.
Okay. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, your other hand breaks free, and actually, as your legs are squirming, your right leg actually splinters off the chair leg. So that becomes free as well, and you hear the clattering of the wood as it falls. You do hear a bit of the footsteps leading upstairs. You would assume that the prince is still heading up towards here. And what do you want to do? He's still, digging his nails into your neck as well. He's trying to stake your heart.
Yeah. All right, I'm not gonna think about it too much because I am actually in a situation I wouldn't really have time to think. So I am more pissed about him trying to stake me. I know it's not a good idea. I'm losing my ruse, but I'm gonna basically kind of fight him off. I don't want to be staked.
Yeah, he is forcefully just with full body weight. So if you want to try to push him off, that would be strength and melee, or if you want to try to slip through with his grasp.
I'm happier trying to just at least get out from underneath him. So I'll do a Dex Athletics.
All right, that's fine. All right, we'll say that your knee collides with. Yeah, we'll say that your knee collides with like his groin, and that staggers him back a little bit, and with enough, leisure, or not leisure, but enough ungrasping of your throat, you manage to roll over and slip past him, and your back would be turned towards the kitchen. There is still the chair that's like dangling with your left leg, so standing up and moving around very agilely is very difficult for you, just because there's still that whole chair tied to your leg.
So yeah, I just like mainly wanted to get out from underneath him. I'm stuck on this chair, but you said like a leg did splinter off. Can I grab it?
The splinter would be behind him, so
Okay,
if you want to...
that's fine. I will just then... I'm just going to pull out my protein too, my claws, so I have those at the ready.
Right. And his hair very messy, he is a very well-kempt kindred. He likes to pride himself on appearance, and he looks very primal at this point. His eyes are very hungry for the thing that's been, most desired in his life. His death grip on this stake is just very focused on piercing your heart. And he will say, "Don't fight me, Sydney. This is how it's meant to be."
I'm gonna spit back as venomously as I can. What is your captured slave?
And he'll, again, slowly inch his way towards you. He's in a very low fighting position, and he'll say, "No, to be with me forever. We can..."
I agreed to that, Aiden, but not to being staked.
And as you guys are kind of arguing, he will make a lunge towards you. So if you want to do a little dodgerino, I think that'd be athletics, so dexterity athletics.
Yeah.
We'll say difficulty 7 because there is a chair tied to you.
No, not at all. Actually, opposite.
Yeah. Oh, that's a botch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's a proper botch.
Yeah. So he will lunge forward, and the tip of the stake will pierce your heart. We'll say with another like strength, like a resistance, you'll be able to not get your heart pierced, but
Nope.
Yeah, the heart is pierced. You see your vision start to blur, and you see the most sinister, very perverted smile on his face as he finally got the thing he most desired. But as your vision starts to haze and you begin to black out, you do see the door open behind you, and you see the prince standing behind him with a syringe. And just before you black out, you see it pierce the back of Aiden's neck. And with that, he will, you'll black out completely. But for those of you that are watching, what?
Okay, yeah. Are you gonna explain more?
Go for it. Yeah.
I just wanted you to clarify again what I saw. Something hit his neck.
It looked like he had like a needle of some kind, and it pierced the back of his neck.
Okay.
But for those of you that are conscious and awake, the prince begins to draw out a vial of blood from the syringe that he was holding. Aiden then begins to clasp his hand on his neck and stagger back. With that, the prince will pull out your stake, and you slowly begin to return to the realm of consciousness, and you see Aiden just his back against the wall, and he begins to slink down, his ass hitting the floor, and he is just in a panicked look. And you are very groggy. When you begin to wake up, you did get pierced in the heart.
Yeah. I hate this guy and he's gross, but also, the blood bond and everything. Like, so, my snap reaction, seeing him hurt and thrown against the wall, and I don't know what's being done to him. I'm going to turn to, is it Isaac?
It is Isaac, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna turn to Isaac and, while still, like, kind of regaining my faculties. What did you do to him?
What needed to be done? A rabid dog is no use to me in the Camarilla.
And you begin to hear as vampires can't breathe, but he is very, like, huffing and puffing, like he is short of breath, that he is slowly slipping into final death. And Aiden says,
I can't believe you used it on me, you sick, fucking sadistic man. Sydney, I'm so sorry that it came to this, but I couldn't hold my feelings for you any longer. I wish things were different between you and I, but what's come has come, and I guess this is my goodbye to you.
I am going to crawl over to him and sit with him.
Okay. His left hand is still on his right side of his neck, and he is his claws begin to, like, scratch the wooden flooring, the wooden panel, and he is frantic. It seems like his life is just being sucked away. And Isaac will look at this syringe that he has, this vial of blood that was Aiden's, this the Vitae or Vitae or whatever it's called. He will be just looking at it and staring at the two of you, and Isaac will say, well, Sidoni, I suppose I'll leave you to be. I'll be waiting outside.
Does it seem like it's poison?
It seems like something is draining the life out of him, like he is becoming more and more pale. And with your hesitation, Isaac will say, he won't live long from this, from what I've experimented on. He only has maybe 5 minutes to live.
Without looking at Isaac, I'm going to very quietly ask, is his blood safe to drink?
Isaac will shrug. I have no idea. That would be up to you.
I'm going to sigh and with, really sad, confused, mixed up compassion, still even a little bit of disgust, just a tiny bit in the back corner of the eye. I'm going to look at Aiden and say, we had fun before, so I just want to make this easy for you. And I'm gonna bite into his neck so I can give him the kiss while he dies.
Yeah, and with that, between a very pain-stricken facial expression mixed with a little bit of pleasure from the kiss, he will, die with a smile. And his hand, very, very, not coerced, like very compassionately tries to find your hand.
I grab his hand.
Yeah, and with that, he will experience final death. His age begins to revert back to what he was when he was human. His hair begins to silver and then gray and then eventually just fall off. He is nothing more than just a pile of bones. There's no skin left to be on him.
Yeah, I'm going to sit for a little moment, kind of just taking all of that in. I didn't like him, I practically hated him, but, he was my sire, and we did have, some weird mix of good memories back from when he, first, embraced me and taught me what it was to be a gangrel and all those things. And if Isaac is out of the room, yeah, I'm just going to do that for a couple minutes, and then I'm slowly going to get up and leave.
Yeah, Isaac gave you the privacy, as he said he would. And are you going to be meeting Isaac, or are you going to be, running away?
Oh, no. I'm going to go meet Isaac. I am, however, my entire body, face, everything is just stone.
Yeah, and Isaac will pay a very brief glance at you and say, I'm sorry it had to come that way.
I barely shrug. Just one shoulder just kind of goes,
Yeah, he'll say, I heard the struggle inside, and I could only imagine your sire couldn't hold back any further, so I took action. And he'll stare at the syringe that he's holding. It's full of Aiden's Vitae.
And what exactly is that for?
How about you take a ride with me, Sid, and I'll explain everything.
Fine.
All right, and the two of you begin to walk towards your car with a very still air, eerily silent even for this part of the neighborhood. It's almost as if the world around you has stopped for this one moment, and you're just left alone with your thoughts of what happened. So with that, I guess we'll take our last break.
Yes, we will take another break now after Feels Fest.
Right.
As usual, anybody in the chat, if you have questions for our characters or the players, go ahead and feel free to ask us. We're just gonna run off, get some refreshments, that sort of thing, and we'll be back to it.
This is not turning out at all like I expected.
Fucking, I got Fang. I'm good. All right. You did it.
Well, what fun would it be if things went out as planned?
I thought I was gonna die. I thought for sure Fang was gonna just be like, you fucking shit, and just kill me.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna die, so
Nice.
that has not changed.
Otto's definitely not gonna die.
I used to say that for Izzy, but then she kind of grew tangles.
She grew what, hon?
Tangles, like entanglements with people.
Yeah.
So how about them dolphins?
You know who's doing a great job?
Who's that?
Red is doing a great job.
I mean, that's fair. Even
Red is
even
doing an amazing job.
that's
Thanks.
entirely accurate. Now, who's doing an almost as good job?
Don't do your cat.
This cat.
Fuck you.
He's being majestic as fuck right now.
He's posing for Vogue, dude.
He's so fucking majestic right now.
Oh man.
So, Jazz, what's on your mind?
She's gonna die. Like she basically has like nothing at this point.
Aw.
I mean, you could have something. You were promised something.
She was promised the solution to a case that's no longer even a thing anymore.
Yeah, no, you're
But they
fucking.
can promise you something else too.
Or will they?
But like to her, she enjoyed she likes this group. I mean, with the exception of Otto, obviously. But she likes this group.
Dude, so does Izzy.
I think that's
feels
everyone.
Really fucking bad. Are you kidding me? I was so afraid I was gonna have to be like, I'm gonna have to kill all of you, and like.
Yeah, no, Jasmine would have been so pissed. Like, would have frenzied in a second, and like, you're not the victim here, and just butch the shit out of her.
Oh, Izzy would have basically just taken it. She hates herself.
Well, that's good.
You know, like there's a solid amount of self-loathing in this group right now.
Just a lot. Yeah.
Don't worry, I hate you all just as much as you hate yourselves.
Yeah, we can count on it, man.
Got it. Always knew you'd be there for us, bro. Thanks. That's a solid man right there. We can solidly depend on him to be entirely for himself.
Did not intend for him to be
Instead
this
of
self-serving.
having joined the Camarilla for safety.
Yeah, did not intend for him to be this self-serving. So I don't know what happened with that.
Izzy is absolutely gonna pull the. Okay, guys, we got a car waiting for you outside.
Don't mind the armed people
Oh my
outside.
God.
Oh, my no!
Why do you want her to punch you so much?
Just punch her. She'll take it. Literally, even if you join, if you punch her and it makes you feel better, she'll take it. Like,
No, like it's not gonna make her feel better.
All right, I think we're all ready now, right?
Yar.
All right, we're gonna finish up with Sid. So Sid, you're walking over to the car with the prince, and again, very heavy air around you. You both enter the car. It's just him alone, and you take the front seat, back seat.
Where is he sitting?
He's driving.
I'll sit in the passenger seat.
Okay. And with the engine starting, he begins to drive and say, well, I know this is not exactly how I wanted to meet you, Sid.
I'm kind of staring out the window, and at least after that, still silent.
Right. And he'll say, well, the explanation, I guess, is in order. The syringe that I have is an artifact. It's a very powerful artifact. It drains the blood of whoever you take away from, so to say.
I'm gonna glance over at him and just kind of let him keep talking. Supervillain monologue, go ahead.
Yeah, and he'll say, I don't know exactly the drawbacks to this. I've been experimenting for quite some time with the help of Destiny, the fellow Nosferatu in the city. We've been doing extensive research on this, and so far the only drawback is
the thirst for blood, really. It's after I use it, I need to feed extensively.
I'm basically going to portray a little surprise when I hear Destiny's name mentioned in all of this. At this point, I will fully turn my attention to him. Oh, so is that what I'm here for?
Sid, I've always offered you open arms to join our cause. I know you and Fang are probably the most, uh, the most streetwise of everyone here. You know what's right and what's wrong. I know we've had our differences in the past, and yes, those that work for me are not necessarily accountable. They do have their flaws, and I did promise them. However, the muscle was needed in order for us to maintain a stake in this city.
If you understand anything about me and Fang, you would also understand that out of all of the anarchs you may have met in your time here, we are not so easily bought.
I'm not looking to buy anything from you, Sid. I merely just want your cooperation. The Sabbat are coming, Sid. We have extensive information that the Sabbat are planning to overtake California, the Free States, and Jeremy McNeil is merely an obstacle between that. He would cause more anarchy and more destruction than Sabbat ever could. I know you've met him. I know you've spoken with him and worked with him. You know the kind of person that McNeil is.
I'm gonna sigh at all of that. Yes, he is engaging, but I definitely find him a little reckless.
As do we all. But he does have the resources, which is why we need to take him out. We need to cut the snake head off. And if you've never dealt with Sabbat before, my dear Sid, oh, it's far worse than any Camarilla city, any Camarilla takeover. They'll perform blood rituals. If you don't agree with their cause, they will murder you at the stake.
I'm gonna say his name in a bit of a biting tone. Isaac, listen, if you came here with the Camarilla understanding that Sabbat are trying to take territory and your concern was making sure that they didn't, and you worked with us as anarchs, I'm sure you would have gotten a potentially better response than walking in here and trying to convert us and maybe even killing us if we didn't agree.
He'll kind of chuckle at that statement and say, "Oh, we've reached out extensively, Sid. We've talked to Jeremy McNeil, and he would have none of it. I know his upbringing is not the most fond of us, but we can assure you that we are not like the previous prince of this city. However, he fails to see
I'm
any
gonna
reason."
cut him off and be like, no. You came in here and you said that the Camarilla is setting up and you wanted us to join us. You did not come in here asking for help against the Sabbat. It's very different.
He'll definitely bite his tongue and stay silent for a bit, and he'll say, I suppose you're right. It was uncordial of me to simply invade homes, but I feel like reason was not going to be heard so easy.
I can understand your assumption. Anarchs are passionate and fiery by nature. So that is why we decided to leave any area where your particular kind of overbearance is often felt. But just because we don't like you, you don't like us, doesn't mean that we don't all agree Sabbat are fucking assholes.
He'll smile and say, "It's very, very not unprofessional, but well put." And
much like an anarch.
Yes, I suppose you're right. We can learn much from each other, Sid. And I hope that we can find some agreements between us.
I'm gonna sigh and just sort of rub my forehead. I mean, a lot just happened in the last like 20 minutes, and not necessarily say anything again right away.
Yeah, and he'll say, Aiden spoke highly of you, and that's why I've been so fascinated with you as a person, Sid. He spoke hours upon hours and stories and tales of your personality, who you are, and, well, it feels like I'm not meeting you for the first time.
I laugh a little sardonically, just kind of like, well, I appreciate it, but I don't know exactly how much he might have exaggerated with his infatuation and all that.
Oh, I don't think he exaggerated at all. And with that, we'll cut on over to the gang at the Broadway Theater. Some heavy words have been exchanged, some very mixed feelings as well as accusations have been thrown. It seems Otto and Fang are really hesitant to join the Camarilla cause. However, it seems to be the most necessary path. And that leaves Izzy and Jazz.
Yep.
Yep.
Is it just us now, or are we still with?
No, you're all in the
It's-
room
it's all of
still.
us.
Okay.
Yeah, you're still at the scene where you found Marcus hanging from, all bloodied and tortured and whatnot. And I guess Fane will interject and say, well, if the Camarilla want us so bad, Izzy, what exactly do they have planned?
I don't know.
I imagine they take over, they fortify.
Something like that. At least solidify the city a bit. We can work with them. I'm sure that shit can be worked out. I'm not here to make anybody bail. Oh no, I don't want to.
Fane will definitely laugh at that and say, well, not many people can make me bow.
Oh, good. Keep it that way. I like it.
And he'll turn his attention to Jasmine and say, listen, young blood, I know some feelings in your head, some thoughts may be swirling, but this is the only time you're going to be able to get them out.
I mean, look at it this way, Jazz. The dragons don't want you anymore. The streetwalkers aren't around anymore, and clearly the warhounds, they're jumping ship to the Camarilla in an
So of the pack rats.
and the pack rats. So it looks as though your options are join the Vipers or join the Camarilla. Or leave. That is also a decent option, I suppose.
And not one that I would stop you from at all. That was my first choice, actually.
She's going to ignore Otto. Walk up to Izzy and put her hand on Izzy's shoulder. You're a piece of shit and you're a coward. And as much as you think that being polite and joyfully discontent with your current lot, you're the one who brought this on our doorstep. You can complain all you want about how much you hate being a part of the Camarilla, but you still took their fucking promise and you still brought it here so that way you could tell us what we should do, which is to join them. So let's fucking go.
Okay?
Yeah. So with that, Fang will say, well, Izzy, lead the way.
Yeah.
All right, so where are you going to be heading to, Izzy?
I don't know. I didn't think I would get this far. To be perfectly honest. I guess I'll call the prince.
Okay.
Not actually going to lead them to the car full of people. I am going to send Rose a text that it actually went okay and they don't have to be there. But I'm not going to. No, we're going to take our own shit.
Okay. Cutting back, the prince will look at his phone and say, "Oh, yeah, you mind answering this, Sid?"
Sorry, what?
The phone rang and he said, "Do you mind answering it?" Because he's driving.
Okay, yeah, so I pick up his cell phone and answer, hello?
Hello?
Izzy.
Do I have the wrong number?
No, not so much. I'm
That
Miss
you?
Isaac. Yes, I'm
Sid,
Miss
it's
Isaac.
not you.
Yes, it's me! What other French fuck do you know?
Several, actually.
Anyway.
But,
Wait, why are you
yeah.
calling Isaac's phone? And I'm gonna look right at Isaac.
His eyes will be focused on the road.
Pointedly?
Yeah, almost as if he's avoiding a very awkward,
Those
situation.
straight arms out to the wheel.
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, look, you tell that fuck that it kind of worked, and now I don't know what to do because I thought I would die before this. So, what does he want us to do?
Well, I suppose I could bring McNeil.
Wait, is this speakerphone? How did?
Well, no.
Say to me?
Izzy just said, this worked and now I don't know what to do. And
Oh shit!
I'll
I thought
just
you
say,
said that over the phone.
no, I'll say to Izzy. I suppose I could call McNeil.
I'm going to kind of rub my head a little bit again, and glance over at Isaac. Whatever the fuck you have going on with Izzy is apparently not working.
No, worked. It did work, and now she.
Oh,
doesn't
sorry.
know what
Okay.
to do.
So apparently whatever the fuck you have going on with Izzy worked, but now she doesn't know what to do.
Have them all meet me at the lodgings, so to say.
He says to go to the house.
I didn't tell you that!
Sorry.
I mean, maybe, but I was going to take a little pause and be like, he's fine with you.
Yeah, he is. He's worried about you, actually.
Sweet. Isaac said something about the lodging.
Oh, yeah. Okay. He says to go to the house.
Are we not going to bring up the... I have an increasingly shrinking window with McNeil.
Well, why don't you bring it up with him? I've done enough sleazeballing for my taste.
Oh yeah, you're suffering here. I can tell. You poor thing. You're so above Isaac and Rose, aren't you?
Well, I don't have his number, so...
Here.
Isaac?
No.
Sid, actually.
What can I do for you, Otto?
Sid's
why
with
are
him.
you...
That's his phone. She's in the car. She answered his phone.
Well, I suppose the big crux of all of this is McNeil, yes? So I have an increasingly small window of time to get my hands on him. I suppose let the prince know. Isaac.
Put Fang on the phone.
Fine.
I love how it's getting passed around.
Yeah.
Fang, what the hell is going on over there?
Well, it seems that one of your friends offered all of us to join the Camarilla without further discussing it.
Uh-huh. And what is about this lodging place? What do you know about it?
I'm not quite sure. Maybe it's where they're staying.
I'm gonna sigh again and then, Look, I'm with Isaac now. I'm not exactly about to open the door and tumble out of the car, so why don't we just meet there and we can hopefully have a peaceful discussion?
Seems we don't really have much choice now, do we?
Not so much.
Well, we'll have to talk about what to do next, and hopefully this smooths over.
All right, and I'm gonna glance over at Isaac. Anything else?
Isaac will give a very coy smile and say, no, I wish them a happy night. And Fang will actually, like, look at Jasmine and, like, with the phone extended, like, you want to turn?
What
Tell her I
part of
said hi.
increasingly shrinking window with McNeil do you not understand?
Tell her I
No
said
one's
hi.
even mentioned it to Isaac. To my knowledge.
Well, we can deal with McNeil. As it seems, we don't really have much of an opportunity to set up anything right now. We're being coerced into meeting up. If you want to give McNeil a call and tell him where we are and who we're with.
That would be a bad decision, I think. I'm saying I tell him where we're meeting to plan the assault, and Isaac and his goons are here. That's what I was thinking.
Put Isaac on the phone, Sid.
All right. I'll just like hold it up for like his ear.
Yeah, and Isaac will jokingly say, this is very unsafe. No wonder Californians are such bad drivers. And he'll hand the phone over to Otto.
Oh, Sid.
No, this is Isaac.
Okay. So I have been trying to say this. I have an increasingly shrinking window to get McNeil where I want him to be.
Oh, that is most
I
fortunate.
don't know how
news,
much
actually.
longer it will last.
Well, we better act quickly then.
Where would you suggest?
Have him meet me at have him meet up at the airstrip, just north of LA. Yeah, Sid would know where that is, actually.
All right, I suppose.
I'll have her give you the address, and I'm sure Fang is very well acquainted with that as well.
Will do, I suppose.
And
I'll take the phone back and speaking with Otto. Yes, check with Fang. He knows exactly where that is.
Noted.
yes, do have them meet at the house post haste. It's most important that we discuss what it needs to be discussed. And he's saying that to Sid.
He said in an hour, right? Airstrip in an hour? That's what he said?
Yeah.
Or am I imagining? Okay.
What was the last thing he said to me?
Oh, I just said have them meet at the house post haste.
Okay. So I'll repeat that because I said it to most of the people I talked to, but yes, lodging area.
All right. So yeah, do you guys have anything else or hang up the phone? Okay. So, Izzy, are you gonna cattle everyone out of here?
Yeah, I'll also send a text to Rose that McNeil is supposed to be at the airstrip. I'm just gonna be a goddamn fucking sleaze.
Sell out.
Yep. Why not? Go 100%.
You're so sad. Anyways,
I just wanted to steal stuff.
As you all exit the Broadway theater, you do notice the armed guards kind of standing at the sidewalk and two black Cadillacs waiting for you guys to exit.
You were much deeper than you said.
Okay.
Yeah, no, Jasmine, I'm so sorry. Jasmine is going to grab her by the throat and throw her against the wall.
She takes it. She's not...
I'm gonna just walk down the street until I can't hear them and call it McNeil.
Fang will interject and place his hand on Jasmine's wrist to, give some slack.
She does not let go yet.
He will try to go ahead and do a strength check, and I'll have Fang do his strength check.
Just flat strength?
Yeah. Ooh.
Hey!
Yeah, you got a
Ooh.
death grip on her.
Solid.
And
Nice.
Fang will try to reason like, Jasmine, it's not the time or the place to do this.
She spends the whole night bitching about how she can't stand working for the Camarilla, and she threatens us just like they did?
Listen, Jasmine.
At least have some fucking balls, Izzy.
I know emotions are high right now, but we can't do this here. We can settle it back at the house.
Yeah, she'll lick him.
And
Izzy kind of like rubs her throat, but she doesn't say anything.
yeah, Fang will. Are you okay, Izzy?
Yeah, I'm fine. I didn't have to breathe.
All right. And Rose will be kind of with a cheeky smile, like look at Jasmine and say, well, choose your carriage.
It's 2 cars, right?
Yeah, she's driving one, and then the other one is being driven by like one of the armed guys, the ghouls.
She'll take the one with Rose in it.
All right. And Zabani, which one are you going to be driving?
I
Is it
actually,
same
as
person?
that kerfuffle was happening,
Oh, right,
I want
yeah.
the noise of the streets around me, so I can call Thing.
Yeah. We'll do that in a second. Izzy, what car are you going to be driving? Driving in?
She's gonna kind of crawl into the second car, I guess.
All right. And Otto, you do get a hold of McNeil.
All right.
And was oh, Otto, I've been waiting all fucking day, hey? Tired of this runaround.
Yes, we have at this point lost the dragon's goons. I have met up with people, believe, as I said, 7 earlier, yes? We have a crew that's going to be meeting up at the airstrip north of LA, and I'll give the address that Fang gave me. It'll be about an hour, I believe.
Oh, fucking hell, you could have given me any sooner notice, eh?
This is very spur of the moment. I've called several people, and we're trying to get this done. The sooner we get this done, the sooner I can go back home and go to sleep.
Yeah, you better not be yanking my fucking chain, eh?
Why would I do that? I want the Camarilla out of my city as much as you do.
Right. All right, that'll
Besides,
be...
you gave me Lilith, they didn't.
All right, well, I'll be giving the old crew a ring, and we'll go on down there.
Yeah, I'll be seeing you.
Click. And what car are you going to be taking, Otto?
I don't feel like dealing with Jazz's indignance, so I'm gonna take the Izzy Mobile. Yeah.
All right, so Fang will be taking the one with Rose in it, and yeah, you two make your way. All right, all 4 of you make your way to the house. The goons will, play chauffeur and enter the car as well. There's a couple left behind that will need to take a more private approach, but you do see Rose talking on the phone as well, setting up the ambush for McNeil. And yeah, all of you around the same time approach the house. Obviously, Sid and the prince are going to be arriving there first. I think this is the first time that some of you have been seen in this house or have been in this house. So it is a very large private estate. Think a mansion. It's a huge property line, gates everywhere, armed guards staying at the security station, as well as patrols, everything like that. It's a very grandeur house. And Sid and Isaac would be the first to arrive. If you wanted to interact at all, Sid.
Interact with what part?
Just you entering the house and Isaac kind of showing you where that the meeting will be taking place.
No, I'm gonna kind of go along, chin up, high, dignified captive. Unless you say there's a good reason to roll any perceptive thing. I'm just gonna follow along.
Yeah, no, there's no reason. So he'll be escorting you to the dining room area. It's a very grand oak table. And the rest of you guys will be trickling in after. The guards will be escorting you inside the house, and there you would see Sid sitting at the table. Isaac, casually just like swirling some blood wine, very alcoholic blood. And he'll say, "Oh, that seems everyone's here."
I'm
And
gonna be leaning so far back in my chair, just like.
Yeah, and he'll say, "Good work, Izzy. Seems your plan worked."
Yeah, no one died, thanks.
And Destiny will trickle in after everyone comes in, and she'll be sitting very, very nervously, like hands clenched together. Like if her knuckles could get any whiter, it would probably be just out of nerves. And she'll look around the table while everyone takes their seat. And Isaac will say, "Well, I know this is probably not how everyone wanted to meet, but thank you all for coming and hearing me out." And he'll look at each and every one of you and say, "The Sabbats are coming, and it's only a matter of time before they bring their warhounds past the border. I think it's important for us to all cooperate together. McNeil should be joining us momentarily, hopefully." And he'll look at everyone, say, "Is there any questions? This is pretty open forum for many of us."
I'm gonna just glance at Fang and see his expression.
He looks like a dog that's been leashed, almost. He's got that demeanor that, he's been corralled, and he's obviously doing something that goes against every fiber of his being. He's a wanderer by heart. He likes to roam, and when there's danger, he turns the other way and just migrates north or away from danger. So
Yeah,
to be
I'm
a
gonna
part of something
basically give him
bigger,
the exact same look.
yeah, to be a part of something bigger is just against his nature.
Dude, that's Izzy. That's the exact look on Izzy's face. She's just like, fuck this. God damn it.
Well, we're a lively bunch, aren't we? And
And I assume you have people heading to the airstrip now to catch McNeil?
yes, we do. We have our finest ghouls, as well as Rose will be joining them shortly.
Well, good. I hope you understand what a risk I took making that decision.
Yes, I understand you go with the waves, not against them.
As I said when we met the first time, me simply telling you what side I pick would be no good. I had to show you.
And you've done very well, Otto. I can assure you my gratitude is well placed. And he'll look over to Jasmine. Jasmine, what are you feeling? What are you looking like?
Jasmine looks like she's thinking really hard.
Doing some simple math?
Yeah. In fact.
He'll say, "Is there something on your mind, Jasmine?"
Tons, it's fine.
Well, I won't pry any further. I imagine it's very hard for everyone to understand why they're here and to, work
Look,
with
I told
the
them the
enemy.
Sabbat were coming. Just, can you please show them that?
I'm going to give a very hard.
Yes, well, Destiny will be the one to take the reins here. And Destiny will pull out a laptop, and you can see her hands shaking due to stage fright, trying to plug in the cords into the TV.
Oh.
Izzy will actually kind of like stand up and let go to help her. Like, I'm sure she's helped Destiny set up her rig and stuff before, so.
Yeah, Destiny, wait. Thanks, Izzy. So, yeah, it's hot in here. Sabbat, they're coming, and she'll pull up some pictures of very like grainy pictures, not the highest of quality, but of Sabbat bishops. They seem to be congregating and organizing something. There are plans on the table. This was taken in Mexico City. It seems that they're strategizing. Some of them might come in through Texas. The border's big, so they can come in at multiple angles, you know. And she'll pull a slide over again, and there are like trucks. Seems like very large truck beds full of just crates and crates of whatever else, and they're like, yeah, so this is their little caravan. And she'll continue to slide through pictures of just Sabbat organizing, as well as having little congregational meetings and things like that, and say they're assumed to arrive by the end of the year, during winter. It's August right now, for those of you that don't know. But so within a couple of months, they'll start taking San Diego, and after that, they'll be moving north, hopefully to not past Los Angeles. And she'll quickly sit down after like very awkward silence, and Isaac will be like, "You did splendidly, Destiny. So you see, we do have agents of our own, mixed in with the Savant, feeding us information, as well as the Shreknet of the Nosferatu that are willing to sell that information."
I'm gonna look at Isaac and say, so as I asked earlier, what exactly are you expecting of us other than conversion?
Well, if we don't stop them in LA, they will go to Vegas, possibly San Francisco, and they'll take over the West Coast. They're like a plague. They don't reason, they just take. And he'll continue to pace and say, we merely need the muscle. We need soldiers. We need people that are willing to defend their home. I know some of you consider this place your home, and some of you have recently called this place your home. Regardless, it's easy to run, but it's more difficult to stand and fight for something.
I'm definitely gonna, like, still kind of be, like, looking amongst the others.
Yeah. So, what's everyone thinking? Otto?
I don't know how much use I can be in direct combat, but I do have my uses.
Of course, and that's why I tried to recruit you before. We could use a man that is well adept with technology and surveillance, as well as information gathering. And Jazzy, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking I need a second.
Okay. Izzy?
I'm gonna turn a little bit snappy toward Isaac and say, I'm willing to ally. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Of course,
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, he's like, of course, that's all I've ever wanted. I don't want anyone to join the Camarilla. I just need help. He'll give like a
So,
yes.
so you will model LA after, say, New York.
Oh yes, of course. New York is a grand city, recently taken, but it has its struggles, as I'm sure this city will. But that's what San Francisco's for. We have
Specifically,
allies in the north.
the anarch presence that is there.
Yes, and well, there are trickling Sabat in the East Coast. So what's Izzy thinking?
She's thinking she's done enough damage.
All right. Well, with that, that is the end of. Or actually, hold on. That's not the end of. Sorry, I forgot one more.
Cut to 3 years later.
3 years later. No, it's
Standing
actually.
around like the funeral pyre for Otto.
Did
No
Aiden
one explains how it happened.
did
But everyone's crying for some reason, despite the fact that they all hate him right now.
did Aiden die and become the narrator?
No, I forgot something important. Isaac does receive a phone call, and he'll say, "Excuse me, talking amongst one another," and he'll actually leave the room for a minute.
Yeah,
But the squash is neither butter nor is it squash.
when he is gone, Jasmine is going to bury her head in her hands.
With him gone, she didn't want to move. Like she had that kind of like dignified presence when she like decided to sit wherever she sat. But once he leaves, she's gonna get up and go and sit next to wherever Fang is.
When he's gone, Otto's gonna pull out his phone and play like 2048.
In the awkward silence, Izzy is actually going to fucking speak up for fucking once and be like, I'm so sorry. I'm so fucking sorry.
Fang will perk his head up and say, well, you can be sorry, but you made the decision for all of us, Izzy. You're gonna have to live with that.
Yeah, I know. And fuck.
I understand your intentions were good, Izzy. I know destiny means a great deal to you. But you also have to remember the lives you're affecting today.
Yeah, well, at least they're not dead lives, alright?
I mean, technically.
Shut up, Otto.
Yeah, shut up, Otto.
And he'll notice Sid coming towards him and say, how'd it go with Aiden?
She was walking toward him just to kind of, rally with the last of her gang. The second he says that there's going to be an obvious, almost like record scratch style pause in her step. Then she'll gather herself and sit down next to him. Aiden is no longer with us, as it were.
Well, I'd say I'm sorry to see him go, but you know how he was.
Of course. And Fang knows her well and is good at reading people, so he'll definitely pick up that look on her face that is like agreeing, but some sort of weird sadness.
Yeah, and he'll kind of drop his head. Anyone else want to do anything?
Damn it.
No, just
I
give him
can't
a phone.
hear. Like, I want to talk to Jasmine, but I can't hear.
Yeah, if what's his face comes back, she'll wipe her bloody face and try and find something appropriate to wipe it on.
Yeah,
Or something inappropriate.
More so.
Yeah, she'll just.
Is there any fine linens around here?
Yeah, there'd be fine linens on like the table, like tablecloth.
The nicest doily, just.
Much. And Isaac will come back and with a very distraught look on his face, and he'll say, "Piers, Jeremy McNeil escaped our little ambush. Took 4 of our men, 3 of theirs."
I'm gonna glance over at Fang, kind of in a like, you know more than I do.
Well, you won't be too happy to hear that. Looks like Otto needs to be a little bit more careful as well. And with that, we're going to be ending our War Between Factions campaign. Thank you, players, for participating. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it was bittersweet. Lots of heavy emotions going on. However, I'm sure you all will write your own little stories or interact outside this campaign. So thank you all for showing great interest in this. Hopefully the audience did as well. And thank you guys again for watching. So, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Revolver Seabeer, for being such a super awesome storyteller. This was a really awesome campaign. It's super fun being Sydney and playing a faction I actually haven't ever been a player in. So that was super fun. Thanks to everybody who came out and watched live. Thanks to all of our regular YouTube viewers. And yeah, so that will basically wrap up this campaign. If it ever picks up again in the future, might or might not, but yeah, we had a good fun romp. I will say as a little shout out for our awesome ST, Revolver C is a fantastic variety streamer here on Twitch. Definitely go check out his channel.
Yes?
What?
No?
Yes, I believe so. Revolver?
Wait, what? I didn't hear it.
You got partner right?
Oh, yeah, I nearly got partner.
Yeah. So congratulations to our buddy for a very long time. Yeah, we're so excited for you. Definitely go check out his channel. Follow him. He's super fun to watch. Great streamer. And yeah, as always, we have our YouTube channel. Links are below. Our Discord as well. Join us there. We like chatting about our games, World of Darkness in general, and tabletop in general. All kinds of fun stuff. I think that will be just about it. So thanks again, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye, bye, boo.